Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have USFFL broadcast tonight. Division title in the AFC North going to be decided momentarily. Steelers at Bengals. Winner takes all in the AFC North getting that division. I've also got bonus coverage I haven't announced. Jags and Colts are playing right now, and that will determine potentially who wins the AFC South division title tonight, even though neither of those teams can accomplish the feat. So we've got that coming up for you. And if the Steelers manage to win their game tonight, we've got bonus coverage as well of Patriots and Bills. It's a full amount of football as we shake out the final crumbs of who's going to advance to the USFFL playoffs this year. Let's get it on. All right, everybody, let's get ready to go. Get out to our stadiums. We're going to go ahead and start right now by pulling up this game. Let me just lead off our hello, don't do that. Let's lead off the broadcast by at least telling you a little bit about what's going on in this game right here. Jacksonville is at Indianapolis. Neither of these teams can make the playoffs. They've both been eliminated. However, important to note, if we look, that's not where we're going to see it. Let's go back here. I found it on my postseason tracker, right? So if we go back here, here's our chart, all right? So the Titans, as you can see in these three lines out here on the right side, they're going to win that division unless the Texans win it here. The Texans can only win this division if the Jaguars beat the Colts. That means that if the Colts win tonight in this game right here, it will automatically clinch that division crown for the Tennessee Titans. If the Jags win, however, it's going to come down to the Texans-Titans game later this week. So for that reason, we'll keep an eye on this game as well. Tied 14 right now, just before halftime. But let's go ahead and get out to the main event. We've got a battle coming up right now for the division title in the AFC North. Just now kicking off. All right. Looks like the Bengals have gotten the ball first. They're first and 10 at their own 28 after a couple of plays. Maybe they had a penalty. Let's see what we got. Nope. Drive began at their 28. First and 10. Oh, I see. Pittsburgh had the ball first. 4 plays, no first downs. This is a quick punt for the Steelers. And this is first and 10 now for the Bengals. And an off-tackle run. Chase Brown goes nowhere as Chase in his wrong column hits the dreaded 5 result, second and 10. Pittsburgh Steelers, coached by Peter Shibley. USFFL champion of, I believe, 3 seasons ago. It's 3 or 4. And the Cincinnati Bengals are coached by Jeff Wenlent. Back to pass on second and 10. Short Burrow and could not hook up with his man. Tried to hit T. Higgins, but couldn't find it in Pittsburgh's 4-man defensive column. Pittsburgh defense, excellent against the run, average to good against the pass. So very talented indeed. Third down and 10 for the Bengals. 3 wide receivers split out. Burrow in a shotgun. Steelers in the nickel. Burrow back to pass. He looks short. Going to his tight end, Gesicki, and no good, incomplete. 4 on the white die. Not good enough to beat the defender, Deshaun Elliott. And the Bengals will also have a quick punt on their opening possession. 50-yard boot. Going to take it all the way back down to the 22. And that's where the Steelers will set up for their second possession of this game. I stand corrected. The 5-yard return gets it out to the 27. Return by Calvin Austin. So both teams a quick in and out on their opening position. And Steelers now beginning with their second possession. The Steelers 3 weeks ago led this division. Here's a first down run. Najee Harris for 2 yards. It'll be second and 8. Steelers led this division by 3 games 3 weeks ago. And at that time, we said the only way that the Bengals can steal that division from the Steelers is if the Bengals win their final 4 games and the Steelers lose their final 4. Well, the first 3 games happened just the way the Bengals needed for both sides. And the 4th game is against each other. And that's how we ended up here. Bengals looking to close out with 4 straight wins and 4 straight pit losses to steal that division crown. Off tackle run on second, and Jaylen Warren is ahead for 5. Gets that in his wrong column. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Getting out on YouTube right now to make sure my broadcast is indeed going through. Every time I check it, it is. Every time I don't check it, somebody reaches out and says, your volume's not working or you've screwed something else up again. Big 3rd and 3 play coming up here. Out of the pistol, it's Justin Fields at quarterback. Defense guesses run. Here comes a deep ball and no good. Incomplete. Justin Fields had his wrong column there. Defense guesses run. Here comes a deep ball and no good. Okay, so we know that Tim's on repeat. That means it's working. 36-yard punt. Not a good boot. Charlie Jones settles underneath it for Cincinnati at the 30-yard line, and he'll fair catch it right there. Bengals are about to begin their second possession. Update from Indianapolis, 1:22 left before halftime, still tied 14 apiece. But the Colts are in the red zone at the 8-yard line, 3rd down and goal. Let's stay here and see what happens on 3rd and goal. 4 wide receivers split out for the Colts. It's Joe Flacco under center. Back to pass. Flacco scans the field, looks short, going for Adonai Mitchell, who makes the catch and scores. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And with just over a minute left before halftime, the Colts surge out in front of the Jags. 20-14, extra point pending. We'll check in periodically now back in Pittsburgh, where Bengals start their second drive with an offensive failure on the line. I thought it was a holding penalty, but it turns out it was a sack by T.J. Watt. So 2nd down and 20, big sack. Burrow back to pass. Here comes the pressure, and he's brought down once again. Back-to-back sacks for T.J. Watt, making his position known in this defensive battle. 3rd and 29 now, back at the 11. Coach Windlet says, I'm pretty sure we talked about blocking that guy. I love that stuff. Pretty sure we covered that in team meetings, right, Coach? We did discuss that TJ guy, right? That 90's pretty fast. 3rd and 29, 3 wide receivers splitting out here. Burrow out of the shotgun. Steelers in a nickel. So Coach Windlet at least showing an aggressive stance on 3rd and 29. Here comes a look-in pass, empty zone, going to Jamar Chase. Chase has got an A or a B yak, one of the two. It's on the wrong column because of an empty zone. Receiver, catch and run, and it's good for 15. Nice gain for Jamar, but punter takes the field nonetheless. On the 26-yard line, and Ryan Reckow, 54-yard boot, all the way back to the 20-yard line, settling underneath it right there for Pittsburgh is Calvin Austin, and he's going to get a fair catch. Austin does have an automatic touchdown punt return on Snake Eyes for those who can't see the card image here. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. Still no score. 8:06 left first quarter. Steelers begin at their 20. Off tackle to Najee Harris, and he's going to get just a couple. On the defensive card for the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals defensively rated average to good against the runs, average to poor against the pass. Fields now under center, 2 tight ends. Bengals in a 4-3. We're likely to see Fields and another quarterback later on. Here's a look-in pass. Jaylen Warren catch, run, and he stretches and got just enough for that first down. Tailback Warren needed 8, got 8. Brought down by Akeem Davis-Gaither, his second tackle, and it's 1st and 10 Steelers at their own 30-yard line. And with 6:54 left in the first quarter, we have the first down for either team in this game. Justin Fields back in the shotgun. Pistol formation, actually. Jalen Warren beside him. Back to pass. There's a flip screen out to the tailback, Warren. Yak opportunity set up for him. Warren's got good yak, but a bad roll. And he's going to get the catch, but just a yard. Second down and 9 now. Fields now back under center. 2 tight ends set. Back to pass. Fields looks short and goes to Calvin Austin. Incomplete. Bad dice there. Defense was look and run. And it went to the 3-man column defensively and found a soft spot. So 3rd down and 9 coming up for the Steelers. Three wide receivers split out. Tight end is Freiermuth. Bengals in a nickel. Back to pass. Fields looks short again and no good. There is a penalty. And it is an offsides call against the defense. So they jumped a little early. Steelers are going to get another crack at 3rd down after the 5-yard mark. If it's 3rd and 4, Pitt from their own 36. Fields under center again. 2 of 6, 9 yards so far. Bengals crash, short yardage run, but it's pass. Going to the tight end, Freiermuth, and he's got the catch. And good space. He's across midfield. There's a penalty as he races toward the end zone inside the 40 and down to the 34. Penalty was against the defense, so that's going to be declined. It is a short pass to Freiermuth that goes for 30. It was a long gain rating on the defensive card in the 3-man column, and Freiermuth got a 70-yard result, but unfortunately can't go that far. So 1st and 10 now at the 34 of Cincinnati. Pitt offense still in a 2 tight end set. 4-2-5 shown by the Bengals, so a little middle zone eye candy in the flats. Steeler field goal range goes all the way out to the 40-yard line at a 2 through 9 and 12. Here's a pitch out. Jalen Warren around the edge, and good yardage, picks up 7. Inside the 30 and brought down at the 27. Once again, it's Davis-Gaither on the tackle, his 3rd. Defense called run, but it went to the defensive card. 2 tight ends. Once again, 4-2-5 here from the Bengals. Advantage of the 4-2-5 when you got a run set is you can double team or field that middle zone. Here's an inside handoff. Najee Harrison, nothing doing. Nice call there. Coach Wendlandt stuck with the run call and found a stuff for Harris in his right column, and it's 3rd down and 3. So big play here for the Steelers. 2 tight end set. Fields is back in the pistol. It's got Najee Harris beside him. Off tackle handoff. Najee to the defensive card, and he's got the 1st down. Pick up a 5. And that'll get him down to the 22-yard line as the Steelers offense now crosses into 2 to 10 field goal range. Tenth play of the drive coming up. Steelers show a 2 tight end set again. And an update from Jacksonville. The Jags, or from Indianapolis, it's the Jags that get a touchdown just before half expires. 32-yard touchdown bomb. Trevor Lawrence to Christian Kirk tied it up with 1 second left before halftime. And so it appears these 2 teams in the AFC are going to go to halftime all knotted up at 21. 2nd and 10, Steelers at the 22-yard line of Cincinnati. Still staying in that 2 tight end set. That's a +1 to pass blocking. Here's an end run to the quarterback Fields, and he is going to lose a yard, making it 3rd and 11. Couldn't beat the defensive end with a 4 on the white die. Could have been a lot worse because the Bengals did call run. We all know what a quarterback in-run right column looks like. So in that way, a break for the Steelers. 3rd and 11 at the 23. So again, on that fringe of the 2 through 10 field goal range. So there's some variable risk, but it would still be a 2 to 9 and 12. Very makeable. 3 wide receivers and 1 halfback split out here on 3rd and 11. Here comes the screen. Linebacker stayed home. Najee Harris has got the catch and not enough. He gets 5. And it'll be 4th and 6 at the 18. And that's going to bring out Chris Boswell. 35-yard field goal attempt. It is up, and 2 through 10, it is right down the middle. And at the 2:42 mark of the first quarter, Steelers draw first blood 3-0 at home against the Bengals. The ensuing kickoff is down to the 2-yard line. Charlie Jones brings it out across the 20, out across the 30. He's got room across midfield. He's going to go to the house. Charlie Jones, a 98-yard kickoff return touchdown. The answer from the Bengals. And we were just commenting about how the Steelers punt returner has a touchdown we can keep an eye on. But we've just learned that the Bengals have got a touchdown return of their own on kickoffs. And just found it at the right time in a clutch game. 7-3 Cincinnati, still 2:06 left in the first quarter. And after a touchback, the Steelers will begin at their own 30. 2 tight ends set again for them. There's a flat pass. This goes to George Pickens, and he cannot get it. Nothing but emptiness in that one-man column where the dice fell. It's 2nd and 10. Here comes a screen pass. Najee Harris. Receiver result. Najee can't make the catch. Got the 0-man column and a receiver result, which is bad break number 1 if you're Pittsburgh. And then Najee Harris in his wrong column. Only 7 is incomplete. And naturally, that's what he rolls. So 3rd and 10. Bad break there for the Steelers. 3 wide receivers split out here. Bengals in a nickel. Back to pass. Fields looks short. Too much pressure. Running with it now. Trying to scramble around the edge, and he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Rolled double sixes on a must run. It's a 2-yard loss and a sack by B.J. Hill. And the Steelers punt from their 28. Good roll. 55-yard boot by Waitman, the punter. Inside the 20, back to the 17. Isaiah Williams settles underneath it there, and he tries to return, but brought down right away. So 36 seconds left, first quarter. Bengals take over now at their own 17-yard line. Jacksonville, Indianapolis at halftime, tied at 21. There's a first down run off tackle for the Bengals. This is Chase Brown going to the left side. Brown gets to the defensive card, and that's good news for him as he runs a short gain, and that's good for 19 yards. A good drive starter for Chase Brown and the Bengals. All the way out to the 36. That's the end of the first quarter in Pitt. Steelers trail at home 7-3 to the Bengals. Division title on the line. 3 wide receiver formation for Cincy. The snap, Burrow. Here's a quick pass to the right side. Tight end in the flat. It's Mike Gesicki. Burrow sets up a really good yak opportunity for him, but Gesicki doesn't have real good yak, and he's going to end up with a 6-yard gain. 2 of that was the setup from Burrow, and it's 2nd down and 4. Bengals stay in their 3 wide receivers set. Andre Yoshivas is the slot receiver. And the Steelers drop back at a nickel in response. Again, 2nd and 4. Back to pass Burrow. Here's a little flat to Andre Yoshivas. He's got the catch and tackled right away by Alex Highsmith. 2nd tackle for him, but not until a 4-yard gain, and that will move the sticks. A new set of downs for the Bengals at their 46-yard line. Three wide receivers, 1 halfback. Steelers in a nickel. Here's a pitch out. Chase Brown going to try to get the edge. Chase finds the wrong column of his card, and Chase has dropped another short gain on the Steelers. Across midfield and down inside the 40, and not brought down to the 38 by T.J. Watt. 16-yard pickup for Chase Brown, who has 35 on his last two carries. Three wide receivers still on the field. Field goal range goes out to the 42 for the Bengals' Evan McPherson at a 2 through 6, 11 and 12. Here's a 1st down run off tackle. Chase Brown, big yardage again. Inside the 30, inside the 20, and brought down at the 17. Gain of 21. Chase Brown found plus 21 in his wrong column off tackle. And he's making the Steeler defense pay for guessing pass right now. 1st and 10 inside the red zone now at the 17-yard line of Pittsburgh. First trip into the red zone for Cincinnati today. Here comes a hitch over the middle. T. Higgins, empty zone. Burrow gets a connection, and it's a 10-yard pickup to Higgins. And it's 1st and goal at the 7. Coach Shibley covered the flats, but left the look-in open, and Bengals coach Wendlandt timed that one perfectly. So 1st and goal now at the 7-yard line. Both teams injury-free coming into this game. Chiefs lost to the Broncos last night. They should still win the division in Kansas City, but that eliminated them from the top seed. And it's now down to Pittsburgh or Buffalo. Here's an inside handoff. Chase Brown, and he's going to go ahead for 5 more. Got that on the defensive card. 2 linebacker reading. 2nd and goal at the 2. Kind of a surprising result there with 2 linebackers in zone and an excellent run defense. Full house set. So the Bengals showing like they're going to plow it in. 3-4 blitz from the Steelers. Safety Minka Fitzpatrick up close on the line. There's an inside handoff. It's Zach Moss powering toward the goal line. Defense called run, and he cannot get there. In fact, he's going to lose a yard. Nice stuff by the defense. Coach Shibley calls run and gets the 5 result on the running back card. And that 1-yard loss sets up a 3rd and goal at the 3. So the Steelers and Peter Shibley looking to get the stop here and force a field goal to keep this at a 7-point differential. And from the 3, let's see if Coach Wendlandt wants to stick with the full house or spread things out a little bit. Looks like he's taking a choice somewhere in the middle of that. We've got a 2 tight end set. Bookends are Tanner Hudson and Mike Gesicki. Chase and Higgins split outside. Chase Brown's the tailback. So it looks like we are going to have to take a short break on this game. Got a note here from the coach that he needs a short break. All right, so Coach Shibley's got, his wife dealing with a recent surgery, and he needs to be accessible to her in times of pain and times of need. I understand that. My wife just went through shoulder surgery and my knee surgery right before that, so we get that. So the Pittsburgh game is currently on a short pause, and for that reason, they were taking a 5-minute break, but look at this. We're just in time for the second half kick in Indianapolis. Again, this game tied 21-21. And just to reiterate, once again, if the Colts win this game in in Indianapolis, if the Colts win their game here at home in Indianapolis, it clinches the AFC South for the Tennessee Titans. Let's just let the coach know that. Why not? Just thought we'd drop that in there, let him know. All right, let's get back to that game. So 1st and 15 now. Jags offense had a little motion, it looks like, a little penalty. So we've gone from a team fighting for the top seed to a division of losing teams trying to see which one advances. Here's a pitch out, Tank Bigsby, and he's going to get 5. Sounds like that Pittsburgh game is going again, so I'm going to get back there. Boy, yardage at halftime, a lot of offense. 251 to 240. Indianapolis has outgained Jacksonville. We'll keep an eye on that one, but let's get back to Pittsburgh. I think they're going because I thought I heard the play move. Steelers, indeed, are with possession again. 1st and 10 at their own 44. Back to pass, field short, and he's got Calvin Austin. That's a 1st down. Steelers now across midfield at the Cincinnati 41. So we missed a Bengals touchdown when they came back to that game suddenly. Give me a second here. Whew, sneezed there, sorry. 3-yard touchdown run for Chase Brown. And the Bengals are up 14 to 3. Justin Fields back to pass, looking deep, empty zone, and he has got Calvin Austin. That's a connection. And a 32-yard completion. There's a penalty. It is holding against Pittsburgh. So a 32-yard completion in the 0-man column for a long gain or a long pass is wiped away on a holding penalty. So now 1st and 20, Steelers back on their side of the field at the 49-yard line. Off tackle handoff, Najee Harris, and he muscles ahead for 5. 2nd and 15 at the 46. don't do that. There we go. Steelers with a 2 tight end set. Here's a pitch out. Harris going to try to run it again, and he's got 5 more. So a couple of Najee Harris carries recover the penalty yardage, but you're still left with 3rd and 10 at the Cincinnati 41. Again, field goal range for Pittsburgh goes all the way out to the 42. So they're there at a 2 through 6. I'm sorry, no. Out to the 40. So they're 1 yard shy, but at a 2 through 9 and 12. So it's close, and it's got good odds. And that's why we have an inside run. Handoff Najee Harris. He gets 5 more. 3 carries, 5, 5, and 5 into field goal range. From the 36-yard line, Boswell, a 53-yard field goal attempt, 2 through 9 and 12 is good. And that's a big kick because it's a 1-score game now, 14-6. The Bengals are on top. 8:24 left in the second quarter. Kickoff is picked off at the 4, and nice return out across the 40 and brought down at the 42. So the Bengals with a couple of good kickoff returners. This time it was Jermaine Burton who said, I see your snake eyes, Charlie Jones, and I'll drop a snake eyes myself. I guess in that way, the Steelers are lucky that the Bengals have 2 kick returners, or that snake eyes would have been another touchdown. 38-yard kick return. Jermaine Burton and the Bengals begin at their own 42. They still lead 14-6. They split out 3 wides. There's an off-tackle run. Chase Brown, Steelers guess run. Good call, Coach Shibley. And with the linebacker in zone, he's going to lose a yard. Defensive card, nothing there. 2nd and 11. Despite that run, Chase Brown still averaging 9 per carry based on the crazy output he had on their last possession. Halfway through the second quarter here in Pittsburgh. Bengals keep running out that 3 wide receiver formation. Here's a look-in pass to the tailback, Chase Brown, and it's incomplete. Got an interception split roll with very, very low odds, so it was definitely not really in danger too much. So 3rd and 11. Burrow out of the shotgun again. Back to pass. There's a screen to his tailback, and no good again. Incomplete. This time, Burrow got the interception split roll on his own card. Low odds there, too. So incomplete, and the Bengals quickly forced a punt. Ryan Reckow and a 52-yard boot. That's inside the 10, down to the 7. That's a tough spot to make a call on a return, but Calvin Austin is going to try it and gets the fair catch. And so Pittsburgh, with 6:36 remaining in the first half, takes over at their own 7-yard line. Blocking back set. Here's a quick slant, tight end Freiermuth, and Muth is incomplete, can't make the catch. Freiermuth could not find it in his flat pass wrong column. 2nd and 10. Justin Fields just 5 of 12, 59 yards so far for the Steelers. He's only carded at 161 attempts, and I expect we'll see Russ Wilson here pretty soon. Here's another look-in pass. This time that zone's empty, and Freiermuth this time is good for 8 yards. His second catch, and that'll make it a much more manageable 3rd down and 2. 2 tight end set. Fields out of the pistol. Bengals show a 4-3. They got a 12-star 7 blitzer on the right end, Trey Hendrickson. I think Sam Hubbard usually pretty good too. Off tackle run. Najee Harris ahead for a 1st down as he picks up 7. Move the chain. Steelers begin again at their own 22. Looks like that Colts game is being reset with a new game number. We'll come back and check on that in a bit here. 3 wide receivers split out on first down for the Steelers now. Bengals on a nickel. They guess run, but it's flat. This goes to Van Jefferson. Receiver result and incomplete. Jefferson cannot bring it in. And there was a penalty on the play. Personal foul against the defense. Late hit on the quarterback. Justin Fields dusts himself off and moves the offense up 15 yards. Now out to the 37. There's a flat pass to George Pickens, and receiver result for him. Pickens makes the catch. Big gainer, 16 yards. That's across midfield to the Cincinnati 47. So a couple nice completions for Fields on this drive. And a new set of downs. Two tight ends set here. Jalen Warren, your tailback now. And here's a pitch out to him. Right side, trying to get the edge, and Warren is brought down right away. Warren got his wrong column, but hit that 5 roll and pushed out of bounds by Davis Gaither. Well, I got to tell you, Akeem Davis Gaither of the Bengals, still 4:12 left in the second quarter. That's his 8th tackle here in the first half. So he's sort of been a one-man wrecking crew defensively against the Steelers. Akeem Davis Gaither is the left linebacker. He's a 0-0. Nothing special about his ratings, but he's shining when it counts. 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Fields looking deep. Going for Calvin Austin, and no good, incomplete. There is a penalty. And I think, yes, they've called pass interference against the defense. So the Bengals, another big penalty. That one's for 23 yards. And the Steelers are now 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Third penalty of the game for Cincinnati. Back to pass again. Fields looking short, too much pressure. He's running with it around the left side, and he's going to get 5 before being brought down. And guess who? Davis Gaither, dusting off his uniform after wrestling Fields to the ground. His 9th tackle. So 2nd and 5. 3:18 left on the first half clock. Steelers still trail by 8. Two tight ends set here again. Tailback is Jalen Warren. Here's a handoff to him. Off tackle, left side, and he's going to get just 3. 6 on the white die. Too strong for the offensive tackle on the left side, Dan Moore, to make the block. 3rd and 2 coming up. Warren is out. Najee Harris back in at tailback. Two tight ends set. Bengals in a base 4-3. Defense guesses run, flat pass. Left side, Darnell Washington, and he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. 3-yard loss on the play. And it's 4th and 5 at the 19, and that brings out Chris Boswell again for a 36-yard field goal attempt. It is up, and it is good. 3 field goals for Boswell here in the first half, and that makes it Cincinnati 14, Pittsburgh 9 at the 2-minute warning. Touchback, Cincinnati begins at the 30. And Chiefs are having a little bit of Chris Boswell nightmares right now. I thought it was Boswell that beat me with 5 field goals. No, I beat them 16-15. That's right. Boswell was going to beat me with 5 field goals. And I got a score a miracle score at the end to sneak that one out. Here's a look-in pass, Jamar Chase, and it's good for 6, but a penalty. Dead ball foul, back up the offense, 1st and 15. Interesting text from my wife, just because I think it's funny. Maybe you will too. She says, quote, it's just a meme she sent, marriage is realizing that your wife wants you to be quiet, but also talk to her, but also fill her water cup, but also do it without having her to ask, but also take her out to eat, but also don't ask her where, but also give her attention, but also leave her alone, but also sit right next to her. Oh my God, yes. Maybe that sounds familiar to somebody else here. Inside handoff and nothing doing, just a yard gain there, Chase Brown. No blocking back to make that block for him there. 2nd and 14 now. Both teams so far content to let that clock run. Now at 1:30 and counting left here in the first half. 3 wide receivers split out. Steelers in a nickel. Back to pass. Burrow looks short. Goes to Andre Yoshivas. Incomplete. 4-man column defensively. Nothing there. And it's going to be 3rd and 14. Bengals at their own 26. Let's take this moment to sneak out and get a game number from that other game. Need to find a moment to bring that back up and see if the Titans are on the verge of clinching a playoff spot. It's possible we will crown 2 division champions in the USFFL here in the next hour. 3rd and 14, back to pass Burrow. Scans the field, looking short. Gets rid of it, going to Yoshivas. Receiver is the result. He makes the catch, and he's brought down, but about a yard short. It is 4th and 1 Bengals at their own 39. And they're going to bring out the punter. At least it looks like it. I'm sorry. Indeed, they do. Both teams content to let the clock run there. So the Steelers as well. Let that run down all the way to 52 seconds. And here comes the punt from Rickhow. Another good boot. 52-yard boot inside the 10 down to the 9-yard line. Here comes the return, Calvin Austin, and it's going to be a fair catch. There was an offsides call against Cincinnati, so Bengals had a little early motion, and they're going to back them up 5 yards and make the Bengals punt again, and why not when your punt returner does have that snake eyes touchdown. 52-yard boot again, this time fielded at the 14-yard line. Underneath it, Calvin Austin, and a nice return of 13 yards, so that's a nice net change. Getting the Steelers out to the 27-yard line, but they do have only 37 seconds left in the half. And I suspect we might see them go a little conservative here. We'll see. 2 tight end set. Bengals in a 4-2-5. That allows them to put a couple into that deep zone, which is exactly what they do. Here's an end run to the quarterback Fields. Round the right side. He's going to get 8 yards. Fails to get out of bounds. Sounds like maybe we had a coach call a timeout back there. It appears Jacksonville just scored to take the lead on Indianapolis. 28-21, Jags are on top after a 9-yard touchdown run from Tank Bigsby. Let's get back to Pittsburgh. Pitch out Najee Harris, and he's going to get out, brought down, but he only gained 7 yards, but there's a personal foul against Cincinnati. That adds 15 yards. It also stops the clock. 11th tackle of the game on that play, by the way, by Davis Gaither. Akeem Davis Gaither going crazy all over the field defensively for the Bengals here in the first half. But the Steelers are just 3 yards from field goal range at the 43 of Cincinnati, 1st and 10. 22 seconds left. Here's a screen, left side to the tailback, Najee Harris. Linebacker stayed home. Harris makes the catch, beats that linebacker. He's got a first down yardage inside the 30-yard line, actually brought down right at the 30, fails to get out of bounds. And the Steelers, I think, will take their second time out, and they do. That stops the clock with 15 seconds remaining. From right here, it's a 2 through 9 and 12 field goal, no variable risk for Pittsburgh. Two tight end set. Our tailback is Najee Harris. Bengals defense in a 4-2-5. Here's a pitch out. Najee Harris on his card, wrong column. Picks up a 5-yard gain. Still can't get out of bounds. Brought down by, stop me if you've heard this one, Akeem Davis Gaither, his 12th tackle here in the first half. Timeout, Pittsburgh stops the clock. 8 seconds left. Here comes a 42-yard field goal attempt. Boswell is up and good. His 4th field goal here of the first half cuts the Cincinnati lead to 14-12. Boy, all the field goals Boswell's hitting lately. Sounds like Coach Shibley needs to talk to his team about red zone opportunities. After a touchback, Bengals with 1 second left in the first half take over at their 30. Back to pass Burrow. He's going to dial it deep. Going for Jamar Chase. Burrow cannot make the connection. And time expires in the first half. We go to halftime in Pittsburgh. It's a battle for the division crown of the AFC North. Bengals on the road beating Pittsburgh 14-12. Going to be about a 5 or 10 minute halftime break on that Cincinnati-Pittsburgh game. Pittsburgh has outgained Cincinnati 181-92. Just 92 yards of offense for Cincinnati, but they lead 14-12. The kick return touchdown always helps. Let's get back over to the AFC South. Third quarter, 6:54 remains. Jacksonville with the ball and the lead. They're at the Indianapolis 40. Two tight end set. Here's a flat pass. This goes to the tight end, Evan Ingram. 6 on the white die, results in a catch. Ingram up near a first down, brought down a yard shy. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Off tackle run there, and offsetting penalties wipe away the down. It remains 2nd and 1. Coach Matt LaSalle of the Titans has been notified. I sent out a quick note to him, let him know that the game we're looking at here could crown him division champion tonight. Here's a little pass of 4 yards to Ingram. His 6th catch in this game, and it gives the Jaguars a first down at the Indianapolis 27. Blocking back set on first down. Here's a flat pass. Screen goes to Travis Etienne, and the tailback is ahead for a 7-yard pickup. 2nd down and 3 at the Indianapolis 20. From From right here, it's already a 2-10 field goal. Actually, from a long ways back it is. Cam Little, plenty of leg for the Jags. Trevor Lawrence in this one, 13 of 18, 146. And a touchdown pass to Christian Kirk. 2 tight ends set. Dearness Johnson is the tailback now. Colts safety Julian Blackmon up close showing blitz out of a 4-3. Colts crash against the run, but it's a flat pass right back to Evan Ingram. And he's got the catch and good yardage inside the 10 and brought down at the 7-yard line. Picking a 13 on the play. In the 0-man column defensively, and it's 1st and goal at the 7. Now a full house set here for Jacksonville. Pitch out, Travis Etienne around the edge, toward the goal line, and brought down at the 1. He was close. Got 6 yards in his wrong column, and it's 2nd and goal at the 1. Full house set again. Here's the snap. Sneak for the quarterback. And Lawrence is in for the score. Touchdown, Jaguars. An extra point, Cam Little. Is up and good. And that gives the Jags a 2-touchdown lead against Indianapolis, 35-21. Kick return out to the 23-yard line, and the Colts will begin right there with 3:36 left in the third quarter, trailing by 14. Colts win this game. Titans get the division. If the Colts lose this game, it doesn't mean we know who wins the division. It means that the Texans and Titans will play. And even that game, it's not as simple as whoever wins it takes it, I don't think. Here's an off tackle, or I should say an inside run to Jonathan Taylor. It's good for 4. Well, here's why the Colts are struggling. Jonathan Taylor, 15 rushes, just 39 yards. Taylor, a really talented running back to be putting up numbers that tepid. There was a penalty on that play for holding, so now it's 1st and 20. So scratch that run anyway. Back to pass, Flacco. We got a flat pass out to Kylan Grayson, and he's got a catch, but brought down after just a 1-yard pickup, so it's going to be 2nd down and 19. Indianapolis. 4 wide receivers split out now. Here comes a deep ball to Adonai Mitchell. No good, incomplete. Just missed Flacco's automatic long gain on a 3. There was a penalty, however, against Jacksonville. Defensive penalty. And it's a 22-yard mark-off and a 1st down for the Colts. 2-2s on the dice. We've got an offensive injury. It's to wide receiver Michael Pittman. He's out for the remainder of this game unless we head to overtime. Three wide receivers out. 2 running back formation. It's Jonathan Taylor. Flat pass, left side, double team receiver, and incomplete. Credit goes to defensive coach for doubling the receiver. I'm not sure I've gotten to the coaches in this game. Coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars is Joe Golden. And coach of the Indianapolis Colts is our good friend John Freeze. Nice call, Coach Golden, doubling up on Alec Pierce there. It sets up 2nd and 10. There's a pitch out. That goes to Jonathan Taylor, and he's going to lose a yard. 5 on the white die, not good enough to beat that defensive end. Josh Hines Allen. So a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd and 11. Taking a peek in on Pittsburgh to see if that game has come back yet. It has not. Three wide receivers split out on 3rd and 11 here for the Colts. Jags in a nickel. And Flacco back to pass. Scans the field. He's got time. He throws it. It's caught. First down yardage. Out near midfield and tackled right at the 50 is Adonai Mitchell. The sticks and a new set of downs for the Colts. Here's a look at your USFFL standings. AFC South, we've got the Titans at 7-9. As you see, we got the Texans at 6-10. Those are the only 2 teams that can win the division. Jonathan Taylor with an end run, and he gets just a couple. Quick tackle out there by the defensive end. Hines Allen again, his 5th tackle for the Jags. And Jonathan Taylor continues to struggle. 17 carries, 2.4 yards. Flacco back to pass. And Flacco's looking deep. He's going to Josh Downs. He looks like he's doubled by the safety. Another good call. So we're going to dump it off. We're now in the flat going to Jonathan Taylor. Tailback out of the backfield with the defensive card. Catch Taylor. Good yardage. Inside the 40. Inside the 30. And not brought down until the 25 at Jacksonville. 23-yard pickup on the defensive card. First catch of the game for Jonathan Taylor. And a new set of downs. Injury on the play to Trayvon Walker. That's the defensive right end. Jacksonville has great defensive ends. They rated a 5, and they pass rush at a 9 and an 11. Trayvon Walker is the 11, and he is now out for the remainder of this game. That could be significant, not having him, because Colts right now down 14 might be passing late. Here's a pitch out, Jonathan Taylor, and just 3 yards on the defensive card. 2nd and 7. As we've reached the end of the 3rd quarter in Indianapolis, Colts are driving. They're at the Jacksonville 22. They trail by 14. 3 wide receivers split out. Safety up close. He shows blitz. Here's a flat pass. This goes to Alec Pierce. He's doubled by the safety. Another great call by Coach Joe Golden. That will move him into the zone, but we never even got there. Snap fumble. It's on the ground. There's a scrum around the 20. Let's see who gets it. And it appears that the Jags have picked it up, and indeed, then Trell Miller scoops it up for the defense. And it's a turnover for the Colts. Jags take over at their own 23. Big turnover in this game with the Jags up by 14. Also, the first turnover of this game. And it looks like we are back and running now in Pittsburgh. Second half action. Our opening kick of the second half was a touchback. Cincinnati has possession at their own 30. You haven't missed a play. Here's a flat. This goes to the tight end, Tanner Hudson. Catch, run, and he's up near a first down. Pick up a 10 on the play. Bengals now 1st and 10 at their own 40. Joe Burrow just 48 yards passing in that first half. Bengals lead nonetheless. Here's a look-in pass. Empty zone. Defense called run. Catch. And another first down. Tailback Chase Brown got that one over the middle, and another exact 10-yard gain, and that'll move the sticks again. Bengals now from their 50. Or your 50. Anybody's 50, I guess. Steelers crash run. It's another flat pass. Right back to the tailback. Chase Brown to the defensive guard. Catch, run. First down inside the 40 and brought down at the 37. Gain of 13 on the play. 6 on the white die. Took us to the zero-man column. Bengals now at the 37 of Pittsburgh. Two tight ends set now. Steelers gets run again. They get it right this time. Pitch out. Chase Brown trying to get the edge. Goes to his card and is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. T.J. Watt. A 7-yard loss on Chase Brown's right column. So T.J. Watt has 2 sacks on back-to-back plays in the first half, by the way. And now a 7-yard loss stuffing a run play. 2nd and 17 for the Bengals at the Pittsburgh 44. Cincy field goal range begins at the 42. 2 through 6, 11, and 12. Back to pass. Burrow. Burrow looks short. He is targeting Jamar Chase. Receiver result. Chase has the catch. And he's up near a first down. Penalty is against the defense, so that'll be declined by Cincinnati. 15-yard pickup, Jamar Chase, just his second reception. And the Bengals have a 3rd and 2 at the 29 of Pittsburgh. Blocking back set. Back to pass, Burrow. Looks deep. Going to Jamar Chase, and no good, incomplete. There's a penalty, and it's a defensive penalty. Encroachment against the Steelers. And instead of 4th and 2, that mark-off is going to give the Bengals a first down. So they dug out of a 2nd and 17 hole after that big play from T.J. Watt. New set of downs. Bengals at the pit, 24. Blocking back formation. Here comes a pitch out. Right side, Chase Brown trying to get the edge. Brown goes to the defensive guard, and he's going to be limited to just 3 yards. Another tackle, T.J. Watt, his 6th. 2nd and 7. Now 3 wide receivers split out. Steelers won the first matchup between these two teams 17-7. But the Bengals will still get the tiebreak if they win this game and split the season series. Back to pass, looking short, but now pressure, forced to dump it off. We're in the flat. Mike Gesicki, the tight end, catch, run, good yardage, down to the 10-yard line, and that's going to be 1st and goal, Bengals. At the 10-yard line. 9th play of the drive. Here's a pitch out to Chase Brown around the edge, and he's going to pick up just 3 yards. And he'll be 2nd and goal at the 7. Bengals now in a blocking back set. Safety up close for the Steelers. Fitzpatrick showing blitz. Here's an off-tackle handoff. Chase Brown, defense called run. And with linebackers in zone, he still muscles through. And he's got a 5-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and goal at the 2 for the Bengals. A nice roll on the defensive card, 6'9", and that's 6 on the white die. Beating the linebacker in zone. 3rd and goal at the 2. Blocking back formation. Chase Brown. He's got Mike Gesicki in front of him. Steelers set up in a 3-4. The guess is passed defensively. It's an inside handoff. Chase Brown up the middle. Touchdown for the Bengals. Got that on the defensive card with 2 linebackers in zone against an excellent defense. A +5 reading. Second time we've seen that. Unicorn today. Extra point is up and good by Evan McPherson. And the Bengals have extended to a 2-score lead. They're now up by 9, 21-12. 9:54 to go. In the third quarter, Steelers about to get their first possession of the second half. That drive for the Bengals. 11 plays, 70 net yards, 6 first downs, and a touchdown run from their tailback, Chase Brown. Eight minutes left in Indianapolis. Jacksonville still up by a couple of scores. There's a flat pass to Pat Freiermuth, and that is going to be incomplete. Freiermuth, second time today, couldn't get it on his receiver columns. 2nd and 10. If the Steelers were to win this game, we'll stay on and broadcast whatever's left of New England and Buffalo. Here's an off-tackle handoff. Najee Harris across the 40, across the 50 in midfield, and down to the 44 of Cincinnati. Najee Harris with a +26 reading in his wrong column gets the Steelers across midfield. And as I indicated earlier, I'm not surprised. Indeed, Russell Wilson is in at quarterback in the second half here for Pittsburgh. Wilson carded for 336 attempts, so he has the lion's share, but he often goes to Fields early and Wilson late. There's a pitch out. Right side goes to the Cordero Patterson, and he's going to get just 3 yards. Defensive end Sam Hubbard on the tackle. 2nd and 7 now at the 41 of Cincinnati. Patterson still the tailback, and here's a handoff to him off tackle. And he's ahead for 5. Back-to-back carries, Cordero Patterson. It's 3rd and 2. Two tight ends set. Tailback is Harris. There's an inside handoff. Najee Harris, and he's ahead for the first down. They're going to give him 3 yards on that one, and it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 33. Easily within Boswell's field goal range yet again, but Coach Shibley would like to get his team into the end zone. Seeing a little too much of his kicker in this game. 4 field goals for the Steelers, 3 touchdowns for Cincinnati. Here's a hitch over the middle, empty zone. This goes to George Pickens. Catch, run, and that's going to be a first down. Pick up a 13. Steelers all the way to the 20. First completion there for Russell Wilson in this game. Two tight ends set. Tailback is again Cordero Patterson. Here's a flat pass left side. 2-man in zone and incomplete as that went to the defensive card. And Russell Wilson indeed did flirt with a pickoff there. Excellent call, Coach Winlet defensively on which flat to double. It's 2nd and 10. As I was saying earlier, if the Steelers win this game, we'll cover the Bills game that follows. If the Steelers lose here, the Bills get the 1 seed. But if the Steelers win, Bills get the 1 seed with a win. Otherwise, the Steelers would take it. Here's an off tackle on just a yard for Jaylen Warren. So that's going to make it 3rd and 9. Steelers need to convert this one, or they're going to be staring at a 5th field goal attempt for Boswell. 3 wide receivers split out. The tailback, Najee Harris. Russell Wilson's in the shotgun. He's back to pass, flat. This goes to Van Jefferson. That's catch, and he's not enough. He's got 7. 6 in the white die got us to the 0-man column. 7's the worst reading you can get other than receiver, and it made the difference here. 4th and 2 at the 12. The Steelers are not going to go for it. Right back to Chris Boswell. 29-yard field goal is up, and it is through. Boswell continues his big day. 5 field goal attempts, 5 field goals made. And with 4:48 to go, third quarter, Bengals still on top by 6, 21-15. Bengals have been to the red zone twice. They've come away with a touchdown both times. Steelers have been to the red zone 3 times. They have 3 field goals. And that's your game, really. Red zone offense, red zone defense. Back to pass, looking short. And that's caught. Jamar Chase has got a first down out across the 40. Brought down at the 41. New set of downs there for the Bengals. There's a flat pass. This goes to Jamar Chase and a dead ball foul. So wipe that play away and back up the offense. It's going to be 1st and 15. Yep, looks like that Colts game is going to need a new game number. I think our result is pretty much finalized there, but we'll probably try to see if we can make time to get connected again. Like to validate that and make certain. Again, 1st and 15 here for the Bengals. Back to pass Burrow. Looking short. Throws to T. Higgins. It's caught and a 10-yard pickup. But a penalty against the offense. They're holding. That'll back up the Bengals. Wow, 1st and 25 now. Way back at their 26. Bengals now 8 penalties, 83 yards. Steelers just 3 for 20. Bengals with 3 wide receivers split out. Tailback, Chase Brown, Burrow in a shotgun. Brown's got a B-rated yak. Here's an inside handoff. Chase Brown. And Brown going to pick up just a yard. 2nd and 24. Chase Brown rolled a 1 on the white die, and that took what would have otherwise been his wrong column and put it in the right column. It was only 3 yards on wrong, so not a big difference. 2nd and 24. Steelers in a nickel. 3 wide receivers for the Bengals. Burrow back to pass. Looking short, going to T. Higgins again, and no good, incomplete. Burrow couldn't find that on his right column. Unfortunate for the Bengals because they targeted the 1 wide receiver that was not doubled on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 24. We have a final from Detroit tonight. Lions beat the Vikings 31-26. Burrow back to pass. Looking short. Andre Yoshivas the catch, but got about half of what he needed. Pick up a 12. He still has 12 to go. 4th and 12, and the Bengals will punt. Line of scrimmage, the 39-yard line. And a bad roll. And he was coffin cornering it too. Not sure why from his own 39. It went out of bounds at the Pittsburgh 30. Equivalent of a touchback. Really, and the Steelers will begin right there, 1st and 10. Trailing by 6, 21-15. 2:06 left in the third quarter. In this game to decide the AFC North Division champion. Here's a screen right side. Russell Wilson going for Najee Harris. He's got the catch on a 5-yard pickup. There's the first tackle in the second half by Akeem Davis-Gaither of Cincinnati. He now has 13. And a quarterback sneak. Russell Wilson gets just a yard. Not sure I understand that call. Najee Harris still has 14 rushes till his fatigue rating. Then again, the result was a 5-roll. That wasn't going to be any better on Harris's card anyway. 3rd and 4 Steelers from their 36. They're in a 2 tight end set. Back to pass. Wilson looking deep. He's going for Calvin Austin. That pass is going to be picked off by the Bengals at their own 32-yard line. Geno Stone with the interception. Let's see what we get on the return. And Geno Stone is going to get a nice return out near midfield. A penalty on the play, however, and guess what? Cincinnati is flagged. Defensive pass interference. Wipe away the interception. And rather than a turnover to the Bengals, you got a 25-yard mark-off for the offense of Pittsburgh, and they have a 1st and 10 at the Cincy 39-yard line. Back to pass. Looking short. Catch. George Pickens. First down. Inside the 30. Inside the 25. And brought down at the 24. Russell Wilson, a 15-yard connection to Pickens. 5 on the white die beats the defender in the defensive card. Final seconds of the third quarter winding down here. Pittsburgh back to a 2 tight end set. We've got Jaylen Warren at tailback. Back to pass. Looking short, right back to Pickens. This one is no good, incomplete. Russell Wilson got a result nestled between a must run and plus 12, so 2nd and 10. We head to the fourth quarter in Pittsburgh. Bengals on the road lead the Steelers 21-15. But Pittsburgh has the ball at the Cincinnati 24. Russell Wilson back to pass. He looks short. Too much pressure, forced to run with it. Going around the right side now, heading toward that first down marker, and almost got it. Gain of 9 on the play. Brought down by Josh Newton. And it's going to be 3rd and 1 Pittsburgh at the 15-yard line. Steelers now into the red zone for the 4th time today. They got field goals on their first 3 trips. They get a touchdown here, they can take the lead. 2 tight end set. Najee Harris is your tailback. Back to pass. Looking short, going to Freiermuth, and no good. Incomplete. Defensive card, 3-man column, double sixes. Just missing that long gain on 11. It's 4th and 1. And this time Pittsburgh is going to go. 4th and 1 at the 15. Just one running back. Defense gets his run. Flat pass. Calvin Austin. He's got the catch. And a good yard to gain down inside the 5 to the 4. Russell Wilson got a plus 11 on his wrong column. Nice call offensively. 1st and goal, Steelers at the 4. Again, they trailed by 6. Looking to get their first lead since they were up 3-0 on their opening drive. There's a pitch out. Najee Harris around the right side, gets to the edge, and he's got it. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. There are no flags. And we are all tied up at 21 as Boswell comes in for the extra point attempt to give the Steelers the lead. That kick is good. And with 13:30 left to go in this game, the Pittsburgh Steelers have retaken the lead for the first time since their opening possession. They're up 22-21 on Cincinnati. Steelers have outgained Cincinnati 284 to just 181. Bengals did get a kick return. That does help. Charlie Jones on the kick return touchdown. Bengals begin at the 30 now. Wow. Final earlier today between the Falcons and the Panthers. Panthers 52, Falcons 49. Holy mackerel. We had a flat pass to Chase Brown that went for 10 yards, and the Bengals have a new set of downs at their own 40. Blocking back set. Burrow back to pass, looks short. Free safety double teams Jamar Chase, but Burrow's looking at his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Too much pressure now, forced to run with it, and Burrow, not that fleet of foot, gets 5. 2nd and 5. I said Burrow, not that fleet of foot, but honestly, you look at his most run card. I'll take it. That +5 came on a 9 rating. 2nd and 5 now. Blocking back set for Cincinnati. Back to pass. Burrow looking short. Defense guessed pass. Burrow was looking for Jamar Chase. Too much pressure. He's now dumping it off. We're in the flat. This is going to Drew Sample. He's got the catch and first down yardage. Across midfield to the 48-yard line of Pittsburgh. Gain of 7. First catch of the game, Drew Sample. Tackled by Deshaun Elliott. So a new set of downs, Bengals. 2 tight end set. Back to pass again. Burrow looking short, looking for T. Higgins. Defense guesses pass. And once again, we've got a dump off. We're in the flat to tight end, Mike Gesicki. Burrow sets him up with Yak. That's not Gesicki's game. And it's going to be just a 3-yard pickup. So 2nd and 7 at the Pittsburgh 45-yard line. Just to refresh, Evan McPherson's field goal range begins at the 42. That's 3 yards away at a 2 through 6, 11 and 12. Here's a look-in pass. Jamar Chase, he's got the catch. Beats a linebacker. Good space and yards. Inside the 30, inside the 25, and brought down at the 22. Jamar Chase, a catch and run of 23 yards. You know where to find that. 10 on the zero-man column defensively. 4th catch of the game for Chase. He's got 64 receiving now. Right back to him. Flat pass, right side to Chase. He's doubled and incomplete. Rolled an 8 for a potential receiver result, but Steelers had Minka Fitzpatrick draped all over Jamar Chase, and they broke it up. So 2nd and 10. 2 tight end set. USFFL playoffs and USFFL postseason Coach of the Year tourney launching officially next week. 2nd and 10. Here comes a screen. This goes to Chase Brown in the flat. Linebacker stayed home. He's 6 rated too. Burrow sets up a yak opportunity for Brown. He's pretty good with the yak, but bad roll there, and he's going to get tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's a loss of a yard. Alex Highsmith with his 4th tackle. And so the Bengals 3rd and 11 at the 23. From the 22, it's a 2 through 9 and 12 field goal. From the 23, 2 to 7. So this is not easy field goal range necessarily for the Bengals kicker. He really needs that extra yard. There's a flat pass, right side, empty zone. That's the one zone left empty. So a good timing on that call by the offensive coach, Jeff Wendlandt. It's going to Andre Yoshivas. Here comes the roll. Too much pressure and a sack. Brought down on the play, and the ball's loose. It's on the ground. There's a scrum for it at the 30. Let's see who gets it. And it's the Pittsburgh defense who got it. Guess who got the sack? T.J. Watt, his third sack of the game. And this time he ripped the ball loose, and he recovered it as well. So the trifecta for Watt as he continues to make clutch plays in this game. And the Bengals were on the verge of getting a field goal to go back in front. But a big turnover there from the star linebacker of the Steelers. New set of downs or a new possession for the Steelers begins at their 30. Here's a handoff, off tackle Najee, and nothing doing. Sniffed out quickly B.J. Hill from the nose. And it's 2nd and 10. 9 minutes left in this ball game. 22-21. Blocking back set. Tailback is Najee Harris. And here's a pitch out, Najee, and it's going to be good for 6 yards. That'll make it a much more manageable 3rd down and 4 from their 36. Looks like we didn't get a new game number on that Colts game, but we'll keep an eye out for that to hit the game summaries. Here's a flat pass to Najee Harris. 2-man in zone, and no good, incomplete. Went to the defensive card. No options there. So 4th and 4. Steelers punt it back to Cincy with 8:06 left. Waitman, a 36-yard boot. Not that strong. Back to the 28. Charlie Jones settles underneath it. And a nice return, 10 yards. The Bengals will take over possession at their own 38. Steelers still up on top, 22-21. 7:48 to go. There's a first down handoff off tackle. This goes to Chase Brown. Defense was looking pass. Brown goes to his wrong column and pops a short gain. Good roll, Chase Brown, and he's got a 14-yard pickup. That'll get the Bengals across midfield to the Pittsburgh 48-yard line. Chase Brown now 15 rushes, 85 yards. That's a 5.7 per carry average and 2 tutties to boot. Brown still in as the tailback. Here's a pitch out to him. Right back to the run game, right side. Brown this time to the defensive card, and he's going to lose a yard. Larry Ogunjobi making that stuff as he was strong enough to beat that 4 on the white die. It's 2nd and 11. Bengals now split out 3 wide receivers. They've got Yoshivas in the slot. Steelers in a nickel. Clock shows 6:36 remaining in this game. Here's a look-in pass. Chase Brown out of the backfield. Linebacker stayed home. Dice Dakus to the defensive card. 0-man column. Catch and run. First down yardage. Big gain for Chase Brown. Pick up a 23 on the play. But a penalty against the offense again. Bengals, sloppy today, can't get out of their own way. Mark off 10 yards, erase the gain, 2nd and 21. Bengals now 10 penalties for 118 yards. Coach Wendlandt just commented, I just broke my clipboard. So 2nd and 21 for Cincinnati, back on their side of the field. 3 wide receivers. Wonder if he might target a B-rated yak again and see if he can sneak something in. Back to pass, looking short instead. Looking for T. Higgins, who is doubled by a linebacker. That wouldn't affect the defensive card. Too much pressure, he's dumping it off. We're going to the flats to Chase Brown. That may not be too bad to the defensive card. It's going to be caught, and it is bad. A 6-yard loss as he is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. And who else? TJ Watt with his fourth big loss for the Bengals offense. 2 flat passes that he brought down behind the line of scrimmage by 7 and 8 yards, and 3 sacks to boot in this game. 3rd and 27, Cincinnati. From their 35, they do split out 4 wides and put Burrow back in the shotgun. And with the Steelers in a nickel, maybe you do want to go deep. Jamar Chase and Yoshivas both have 0 defenders on them. Going for the short pass. This goes to Andre Yoshivas. And Burrow on his card. Can't find it. Forced to scramble. Instead, gets a must run of 8. 4th and 19. The Bengals will punt from their 43. They still trail by 1. 5:06 left in this game. Coffin corner punt. Inside the 10 and out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Pretty good punt there, Ryan Rackow. And with 4:48 to go, the Steelers take over possession at their own 9-yard line, up by 1. Plenty of space in front of them to milk clock if they can keep moving the ball. 2 tight ends set. Coach Shibley back to pass on first down. Looking deep. Going to Calvin Austin and no good. Incomplete. Penalty on the play. And, of course, pass interference against the Bengals. Oh, my word. What are you breaking after the clipboard is snapped in half? Did we kick over the Gatorade jug? 11th penalty of the game for the Bengals. Over 130 yards of penalties. Actually, thinking in my head, it's over 140. Back to pass short. That's caught by Freiermuth. And a first down again. 10-yard pickup for the Steelers. Quickly out to their 39-yard line. Clock now winds under 4 minutes. 3:54 still counting. Both teams, all 3 timeouts remaining. 2 tight ends set Pittsburgh. There's a look-in pass over the middle. Najee Harris. That's going to be caught. Najee beats the linebacker, and he's got a first down across midfield. Najee Harris with a pickup of 14 on the play. 5 on the white die. Beats that linebacker in zone. Tackle on the play, Akeem Davis-Gaither, his 14th. And a new set of downs for the Steelers at the Cincy 47. .318 left on the clock and counting. 2 tight end set Pitt. Here's a pitch out to Jalen Warren, and he's going to get 3 yards. Brought down by the defensive end, Sam Hubbard. Credit to Coach Winlet defensively, calling run on that play. Saved a yard anyway, 2nd and 7. Steelers just 4 yards from their fringe field goal range at a 2-9 and 12. A field goal would force the Bengals to come back with a touchdown. And there's right now only 2:42 left on the clock. Back to pass. Wilson looking short, forced to run with it around the right side, and he's got just a couple. Must run of 2 yards. Brought down Chris Jenkins Jr. And that's going to set up a critical 3rd and 5. Both teams let the clock keep running. It's all the way down to 2:06. This is going to be the final play before the 2-minute warning, and it's a big one. 3rd and 5 for the Steelers at the Cincy 42. 2 tight ends set. Najee Harris is the tailback. Steelers on the day are 4 of 13 on 3rd down conversions, 31%. Bengals need to stop here. 4-3 defense. Safety stays back. Here's a pitch out. Najee Harris around the edge. He's going to get just 2. And it's 4th and 3 at the 40. The field goal range goes to the 40. So there is variable risk, but the field goals 2 through 9 and 12 I'm surprised he's punting. I know that variable, if it hurts you, you're going to miss it, but 2-9-12 could force them to have to get the touchdown. Instead, he punts it into the end zone. And oh my Lord, did I see what I just saw? A penalty running into the kicker by the Bengals. A 5-yard mark-off and an automatic first down for the Steelers. Unbelievable. The penalties down the stretch and how they have helped the home team here. That's now 12 penalties for the Bengals, 143 yards. Steelers, conversely, have just 20 penalty yards in this game. Bengals also have the game's only turnover. Despite all that, they're only down by 1. Only good news for the Bengals, that penalty did stop the clock. However, new set of downs for Pittsburgh at the Cincy 35. 152 remains. We mentioned earlier, Steelers have plenty of green grass to run out the clock. Bengals need to stop them pretty quick. Back to throw, short, caught, Freiermuth. First down yardage. Bengals were look and run. Set up a short yardage defense. Didn't work. Freiermuth beat his man with a 4-on-the-white dive for a 15-yard completion. And the Steelers are in the red zone now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Both teams let that clock run down to 1:07. Bengals are going to save their 3 timeouts for right now. Here's a quick slant. Tight end, Freiermuth with the catch. First down yardage inside the 10 and brought down at the 9-yard line. The Bengals will take their first timeout. But if I'm the Steelers, I've got a 1st and goal at the 9. I'm going to line bucket 3 times, hope I don't get in the end zone. That third run, Bengals can't call timeout. I'll kick a field goal and dare you to go the distance. Here's a quarterback taking a knee, so it looks like Coach Shibley agrees. But a penalty on that play, as even when the quarterback's taking a knee, the Bengals find a way to commit a penalty. The yellow wave continues to soak up the Bengals' chances here in the 4th quarter. It's not over. Still a 1-point game. 1st and goal at the 4. Russell takes a knee. 2nd and goal at the 5. Bengals take their 2nd timeout. Coach is going to take a knee again. Bengals took their final timeout, 37 seconds, and that penalty has put the Steelers in place now where they can just run out the clock on one more knee. Cincinnati just committed a personal foul on that play. Coach Wendlandt scurrying up his boys to make their point. No control over here, Coach Wendlandt says. And Russell Wilson takes a knee, and that will indeed sound the final gun here in Pittsburgh. They run out the clock on a final drive at the goal line of the Bengals. Just like we said, they had plenty of green grass to run out the clock, and they did just that. 13-play drive, 87 net yards, 6 first downs. And they ran out the final 4:48 of this game to walk away with a 22-21 victory for the Steelers. And that win for Pittsburgh clinches the division for them. And more importantly, means that if the Buffalo Bills lose tonight to the New England Patriots, the Steelers will grab the number 1 seed in the AFC. We will be going to that game shortly. I believe that game started an hour and maybe 15, 20 minutes ago. Let's see what we got. Oh, they have waited for the outcome. All right, so let's check and see if either of our coaches are showing up. As we always say, absolutely no pressure to show up. 22-21 final. Let's real quick put the button on this. Pittsburgh outgains them 343-236. Yeah, Bengals 14 penalties for 152 yards. I think that's the most I have seen in some time. Nevertheless, we congratulate Coach Windlet on an amazing comeback to almost sneak out that division at the end. But now we're getting ready to head out to the great Northeast, where 4 minutes ago, Bills and Pats began their game. So let's get that started, shall we? Whew. I'm going to have to take a break here at some point and go up and get me some more ice water to call another game, especially with the number 1 seed on the line. And here we are, just in time for a long pass, 0 minute zone. But Drake May couldn't connect. We almost had fireworks just kicking it off here. So it looks like the Patriots, I think, got the opening drive. We're double checking that now. No, the Bills got the opening drive, got 1 first down, but after just 16 yards punted. And I think it was a terrible punt because it looks like the New England Patriots. Oh, no, it was a fumble that they recovered and got possession in Buffalo territory. So the Patriots now with a big 3rd and 5 at the Buffalo 36-yard line, button hook. Yak opportunity set up for Ramondre Stevenson by the quarterback. Catch and run, and he comes up a yard short. It's going to be 4th and 1 for the New England Patriots at the Buffalo 32. From right here, it's a 2 through 8. He's setting up full house. They're going to go. Patriots are going for it. They're a running team. Of course, they do not have great blockers up front. Full house set. 4-3 blitz set up here for the Bengals. Sorry, for the Bills. Here's a pitch out. Going to Antonio Gibson. Oh, he didn't even get the pitch off. It's a fumble on the ground. Let's see who gets it. It's behind the line of scrimmage, so it almost doesn't matter. And it is recovered by Buffalo. They try to return it. Let's see the roll here. And they don't get far. They lose a couple. But the Buffalo Bills do recover that fumble. So both teams lose a fumble here in the early going. Evens out in the net. And Buffalo will begin their second possession at their own 33. We're still tied at 0. The Patriots upset the Bills just 2 weeks ago. And now they're home to try to complete the season sweep. Patriots will be featured later next week in our Coach of the Year tournament. Back to pass, short. And Josh Allen's got a connection there to Keon Coleman, a pickup of 13 yards. Brought down by Christian Gonzalez. 6-rated corner. Bills out to their 46 now. Three wide receivers, 1 halfback. Josh Allen out of the pistol. Nickel blitz, and the linebackers are coming too. All-out blitz for the Patriots. It's an off-tackle run, and James Cook gets 4 yards, dragged down from behind by Devon Godchaw. Bills now from the 50. Here's a pitch out. James Cook gets his card and just a 2-yard gain. Good call there, Coach Dennis Young. He called run on that play, and that saved. Instead of 2 yards, how about a long gain? James Cook would have had a long gain on that one. 3rd and 4. Cook now, the tailback in a blocking back set. Allen back to pass. Scans the field, looking short. He's going for his tight end, Knox. And Dawson Knox makes the catch. First down at the New England 37-yard line. Right back to a 3 wide receiver set for the Bills. Here's a screen. This goes to Cook, and he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Probably shouldn't have caught that. Anthony Jennings was all over him and brought him down for a 4-yard loss. 2nd and 14 now. Houston Texans versus Tennessee Titans is now scheduled for Wednesday, tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. And we will see about broadcasting that game. Here's a completed flat pass to James Cook of 8 yards and a personal foul on New England to boot. And so that's going to give the Bills a first down in the red zone at the New England 18-yard line. Back to pass, looking short and no good. Allen trying to hit Dalton Kincaid and really found the only incompletion on the short pass card. Defensively, 3-man for the Patriots. Patriots defense rated poor against the run, poor against the pass. That's how you know Coach Young's going to have his hands full with Josh Allen and the Bills. Here's an end run, Josh Allen, and he's going to get just a yard on that one. His guard, Osiris Torrance, could not make the block. Three wide receivers, pistol set, back to pass. Allen, too much pressure, forced to run with it. Needs 9. He's got it. He keeps going. Touchdown Bills. Josh Allen must run, reading a plus 30. And it is a 17-yard touchdown run for the Buffalo quarterback. Extra point, Tyler Bass is good. And exactly halfway through the first quarter, 7:30 to go. Bills take the lead. 7-0. Again, just to remind everyone, if the Bills win this game, they earn the number 1 seed in the AFC playoffs that begin next week. Should the Bills lose this game, the Pittsburgh Steelers, who won just a little bit ago against the Bengals to take their division, they will be the 1 seed. Patriots begin at their own 30 and an immediate sack. Greg Rousseau comes through for Buffalo, and it's a loss of 5. Drake May brought to the ground on first down. And I believe he was just looking to get a little flat pass off, but that pressure came quick off the end. 2nd and 15. Pitch out, right side. This goes to Antonio Gibson. And Gibson gets just a yard as onside guard can't make the block. 6 on that white die is not going to be matched by anybody that New England blocks with, even if they're in full house. Just not a good run blocking team. 3rd and 14. 3 wide receivers. Drake May in the shotgun. Bills in a nickel. Back to pass. Looking deep. Going for Kayshon Boutte. Too much pressure. Going to run with it now. May around the left side. Across the 30. Across the 40. And up near the midfield. Anything you can do, I can do better. A must run of 22 yards for Drake May. And it's a new set of downs for New England at their own 48. Clutch play. Blocking back set New England. Safety up close out of a 4-3 for Buffalo. Here's a flat pass. This goes to the tailback. Receiver opportunity. Gibson the catch and a 4-yard pickup only. Second and 6. Now across midfield at the Buffalo 48. Key on the running back, but it's a flat pass and incomplete. They were guessing the running back all the way, but it was a fake to him, and then they tried to flat pass it to the tailback, and nothing doing in that one-man column, double sixes defensively. 3rd down and 6 for the Patriots. Defense looks pass. It's an inside run draw and right up the middle, and it's going to be a little short. Ramondre Stevenson got a reading of +7. That was good enough for a first down, but nice containment effort, linebacker Terrell Bernard, and it sets up a 4th and 2. Injury on the play is to a lineman of the Patriots, Demontre Jacobs. That's the offensive right tackle. Run blocks 0, pass block 3. 4th and 2. They're going for it. Back to pass. Looking short. Receiver chance and no good. Caught the Bills guessing run and tried to sneak in a short pass. Austin Hooper had a chance in his wrong column. Only 3 incompletions, but he found one, and it's a turnover on downs. Buffalo up 7-0, takes over again at their own 44. All-out blitz. Here's a screen and a catch and run, 7 yards to the tailback, James Cook. Coach Dennis Young, very active with those linebackers so far. 2nd and 3. Cook is out. Ray Davison at tailback. Bills already across midfield. Patriots guess run. Back to pass. Allen looks deep. Looking for his tight end, Dawson Knox. Receiver opportunity. Knox on his card. He's got the catch. And he's got a nice gain of 27 yards. Dawson Knox, tight end extraordinaire. Going deep for 27. Has 4 completions on his card in the wrong column. 1st and 10, Bills at the 22. Allen back to pass again. Allen looking deep, but too much pressure. Now he's running with it around the left side. He's got another run toward the goal line and not quite, brought down at the 2. Josh Allen, a must run of 20 yards. And it is 1st and goal for the Bills. Full house set. The snap, Allen back to pass. He looks short, and it's caught. Touchdown, Dalton Kincaid. Like a hot knife through butter. Bills right back into the end zone. Extra point, Tyler Bass. Up and good. And with 2:42 remaining in the first quarter, Bills out to a fast start, up 14-0. Ensuing kickoff, returned by Antonio Gibson. Out across the 20, out across the 30, and not tackled until the 44-yard line. Return of 42 yards on the Bills' defensive special teams card. Here's a first down handoff for Ramondre Stevenson. That's going to be good for just 2 yards. Bills' defense good to excellent against the run, and it showed there on their card. Bills are average to poor against the pass. Safety up close. He shows blitz. Blocking back set. Here's a flat pass. This goes to Austin Hooper, and again, cannot bring it in. Hooper got that receiver opportunity on his right column. Couldn't get it. That's 3rd and 8 Patriots. They'll split out 3 wide receivers. Back to pass. Drake May. Too much pressure. He's going to scramble with it. And this time he's brought down quickly. Just a gain of 1 on that must run. And it makes it 4th and 7. New England punting from their own 47-yard line. They're putting it down as a coffin corner, and it's out of bounds at the 11. So Buffalo takes over right there. They'll come out in a 3 wide receiver, 2 running back set. Inside handoff, Ray Davis, and he's got 4 yards. That'll bring the end of the first quarter here in New England. Patriots at home. They're losing 14-0 to a Buffalo Bills team driving toward the top seed if they can get this win. There's a flat pass right side. This goes to Khalil Shakir. Receiver opportunity, and Shakir cannot bring it in. Shakir had that on his wrong column. Only incompletions were Snake Eyes and 6. And he dropped the 6. 3rd and 6 for the Bills. 3 wide receivers on the field. They're out of the pistol. Bills a perfect 3 of 3 on 3rd down so far. The snap. Allen back to pass. Scans the field, looking short. Too much pressure. Dumping it off in the flat now. Needs 6 yards. We're going to Dawson Knox, tight end. To the defensive card. Knox with a catch. Good yardage. All the way out across the 40 and not brought down until the 45. That is a 30-yard pickup for Dawson Knox in the 0-man column of a flat pass. 3 catches, 68 yards already for the Buffalo tight end. Buffalo now from their own 45. Allen back to pass again. Scans the field. This time he's looking deep. Get used to hearing that. He throws deep a ton. Too much pressure. Allen forced to run with it, and he's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. And the ball's out. Sack fumble. It is loose at about the 40. Let's see who's got it. And it looks like the New England Patriots are on it. They've picked it up. They're trying to return it. And they've got some yardage on that return as well. That's a 13-yard fumble return inside the 30 down to the Buffalo 27. So a big turnover has got the Patriots in business. Drake May looking pass. This is DeMario Douglas, and he's got it for 6 yards. 2nd and 4. Patriots just 1 first down and 38 yards in the game coming into this drive. Here's another quick slant. 2 men in zone this time, and it's incomplete. They had a lot of opportunities on his card, but that wasn't one of them. 3rd and 4. And you know the Patriots aren't looking to settle for a field goal down 14-0. Here's an off-tackle run, and that's going to be a loss of 2. 4th and 6. Credit to Coach Zalesny, who not only keyed the running back, stuffed the only zone that he went to. Field goal attempt from 40 yards. Joey Sly is up and good. 2 through 8 was the need, and he got the dice. And with 11:42 left, second quarter, Bills now lead 14-3. So a big turnover opportunity, but the Patriots were not able to convert that into a touchdown and had to settle for a field goal. After a touchback, the Bills will begin at their 30. Here's an off-tackle run. Ray Davis, right side. And Ray Davis, he's got a good reading on his card and big yards. Out across the 30 and out across the 40 and up to the 49, a pickup of 19. Got a short gain and a good roll on that chart. Buffalo piling up yards. Another inside handoff. This goes right back to Ray Davis. Patriots looking pass, and he's going to pick up 4. And it'll now be 2nd and 6 across midfield at the New England 47. There's a flat pass right side. There's 2 men in that zone, but Josh completes it anyway. He gets it on his card for a 9-yard completion and a first down to Khalil Shakir. Third tackle of the game, Christian Gonzalez. New set of downs, Bills at the New England 38-yard line. Back to pass, looking deep. Defense was guess and run. Josh Allen looking for Amari Cooper. That pass is going to be caught. Amari Cooper, and he is gone. There are no flags. It is a touchdown, Buffalo. 38-yard TD strike. Josh Allen to Amari Cooper. Extra point up and good. There is a penalty. And New England was running into the kicker. They'll take that on the kickoff. 9:54 to go, second quarter. Buffalo is up 21-3. So the Patriots now really have their hands full in this one. Back to pass, looking short and caught. Kayshon Boutte, he's got a first down. Out to the 45. Beat the defender, extra 15 with a 5 on the white die. Bills were looking run. They had actually keyed Ramondre Stevenson. New set of downs. Bills safety up close, showing blitz. That's DeMar Hamlin. Drake May back to pass. He looks short and now running with it. Around the right end he goes, and he's going to get good yardage and enough for a first down. Pushed out of bounds at the 45-yard line of Buffalo. Pick up a 10. Antonio Gibson comes in at tailback now for the Pats, and they'll go to a blocking back set. Here's May with a quick screen pass, right side, and it's good for 4 yards. Both flats were empty zones, so could have been a much better gain. Patriots sell for a 2nd and 6. Gibson still the tailback here, same formation. Here's a pitch out to him, left side. We go to the defensive card, tackle reading, and you're not going to get a block from this line. When you need it, 2-yard pickup, it's 3rd and 4. 5 on the white die. Tackle Vidarian Lowe couldn't spring it. Brought down by Von Miller. So a big 3rd and 4 for the Patriots. Blocking back set. Gibson still your tailback. DeMar Hamlin up close, showing blitz again. Here's a flat pass, left side, and that's going to be caught. Demario Douglas has the catch and beats his linebacker, and he is up the sidelines. He's got good space and may go. He is to the house. Drake May hits Demario Douglas with a flat pass. 6 on the white die gets us to the 0-man column, and Snake Eyes gets us to a long gain rating as Demario Douglas goes 39 yards for the score. And now halfway through the second quarter, 7:30 on the clock. Buffalo 21 and New England 10. Kickoff from the 1. Nice return out across the 40 and across midfield. And Buffalo is going to get that all the way to the New England 46. Brandon Codrington with Snake Eyes and a 53-yard kickoff return. So the Bills, as I keep saying, very quickly across midfield. Josh Allen back to pass. Looking deep. Going for Keon Coleman and no good, incomplete. Josh Allen got that one on the defensive card and in the 1-man column, nothing there. Patriots got, I understand they've got a poor rated pass defense, but their long pass 1-man column, not bad at all. Their weakness is in the short pass column. 2nd and 10. Allen back to pass again. Looking short. And this is going to his tailback. A nice catch for James Cook. And that's going to be first down yardage. Pick up 11. 5th catch of the game for Cook. And right back to pass. Tempo offense here, short. Going to tight end, Dalton Kincaid, the catch, and he's got another first down. Pick up a 13. Bills now from the New England 22-yard line. Inside handoff to Davis. Defense calls run and stuffs the zone, and Davis still plows ahead for a 7-yard pickup on a 2-linebacker end zone reading defensively. 2nd and 3. Inside handoff again. Nothing doing this time. Ray Davis shut down right away. 3rd and 3. Bills have 5 possessions in this game. They've turned it over twice with a fumble. They got a touchdown on all 3 of the other possessions. Big 3rd and 3 coming up here at the New England 15. Blocking back set, James Cook, your tailback. Pats in a 3-4. They guess pass, but it's off tackle run. James Cook gets his wrong column and gets 5 yards, but penalty on the play, and it's against the offense. So the Bills back up for holding 10 yards, and now it's 3rd and 13 at the 25. From right here, 2-8 field goal. A couple yards, get it down to the 22. It's 2-10. 3 wide receivers split out. Pats in a nickel. James Cook, the tailback. Here's a handoff off tackle. James Cook. Looking for his card wrong. He can't get it. It's a 3-yard gain, and that's because of the 3 wide receivers in the formation, because that was a 1 on the white die. Would have been a 6-yard gain. 4th and 10 from the 22. Tyler Bass, 39-yard field goal attempt. 2 through 10 is right through. And with 3:54 remaining first half, Buffalo field goal extends to a 2-touchdown lead again, 24-10. And the ensuing kick return by Antonio Gibson is going to get the Pats out to the 27. They'll begin right there with 3:36 on the clock and all 3 timeouts. Gibson will stay on the field at tailback. Defense keys on him. Back to pass, Drake May. Look at deep, empty zone, and we have a penalty. That had gone to the 0-man column, but the offense, a little movement, dead ball foul. It's now 1st and 15. Pitch out goes to Gibson. Around the left side, he's good for 6. Got the penalty yardage back. Smidge more, 2nd and 9. Clock running now down to 3 minutes left. Blocking back set again. Safety up close showing blitz. Back to pass, looking short. This goes to tight end Hunter Henry, but too much pressure, forced to run with it. Drake May, and he's got good yardage. And he's got a first down. Out across the 40 and not tackled till the 41 by Terrell Bernard. Must run of 13 yards on the play. Both of these quarterbacks showing their wheels here in the first half. Neither team stops the clock, keeps running. 2:24 and counting. Patriots a 2 tight end set. 4-3 blitz from the Bills. Damar Hamlin showing blitz consistently. You're New England. You're an underdog against this team. I'd attack that blitz with short passes, trying to find that crosshair. That's just me. Here's a screen pass, left side. Empty zone. This is going to Antonio Gibson. And Gibson, yak opportunity for him and a decent roll. It's first down yardage into Buffalo territory. He does not get out of bounds. Tackled by Rasul Douglas at the Buffalo 46. Clock winds down to the 2-minute warning. Buffalo up 24-10 just before halftime. Patriots still have all 3 timeouts in 2 minutes. They're at the Buffalo 46. They really want that touchdown. That would cut it to a 7-point lead game, and the Patriots get the ball in the second half. Here's a pitch out. Antonio Gibson around the edge. He's got 5 yards. He does get out of bounds and stops the clock. So 2nd and 5. Hamlin up close, showing blitz again for the Bills. Here's a quick slant over the middle. Two linebackers in zone, and that results in an automatic incompletion. And the Patriots now staring at a 3rd and 5 at the Buffalo 41. Field goal range for Sly does go all the way out to the 46 at a 2-7, 11 and 12. So not even variable risk here, but we'll see what he wants to do. Here's a screen. Ramondre Stevenson out of the backfield. Linebacker stayed home, and Stevenson has the catch. Beats that 0-rated linebacker. First down yardage, and he gets down to the 26 and out of bounds. Pick up a 15. Clutch 3rd down play for the Pats. Stops the clock. 1:37 left. At the Buffalo 26, and with 3 timeouts, Patriots are in business. Big play there. There's a flat pass to Mario Douglas. That's a nice catch and run as he beats the linebacker. Once again, 7 on the defensive card. And DeMario Douglas is into the red zone and brought down at the 11. 15-yard flat pass completion again. Drake May. And if the Bills are going to field all 0-rated linebackers on these plays, you can't keep getting that 7 on your defensive card. Bills did take a timeout on that one to stop it with 1:30 to go. They're looking to have time left on the clock after this possession concludes. Smart clock management there, Coach Zach Zelzny. I say that because not every coach does this that I watch. Here's an off-tackle run. Antonio Gibson. Defense looks pass, and Gibson goes to his card. Busts through the middle, and he's right into the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots. 11-yard touchdown run for Antonio Gibson, and we've got a 1-score game again. Joey Sly on for the extra point. And it's good. And with 1:15 to go before halftime, Buffalo Bills are now up by 7, 24-17. Ensuing kick to the Bills is going to be returned out to the 33. They'll begin right there. They have 1:07 left on the clock and 2 timeouts. So let's see what Coach Zelzny has in mind. 3 wide receivers, pistol set. I'd look for the long pass right away. This coach does like to dial up the deep ball. Nickel here from the defense, back to pass Allen. He is looking for the short pass. And too much pressure now, scrambling with it. Josh Allen, he is running, and he is across the 40 and brought down at the 41. He did not get out of bounds, and so I think Buffalo will take a timeout. They do not. Hurry up offense. Clock still winding down. Now to 45 seconds on a 2nd and 2 from their 41. That was a lot of time off the clock, but I guess if you're just looking to get in field goal range, you still have plenty of time. 3 wide receiver formation still on that hurry up. Here's a screen. This goes to James Cook. Linebacker stayed home. Allen on his card. It's incomplete. There is a penalty. And it's holding against Buffalo, the offense. So back them up. Clock now sitting on 37 seconds left before halftime. Bills have a 2nd and 12. Back at their own 31. 3 wide receivers split out here. Deep 3-2-6 dime from Coach Young and the Patriots. And it's an end run. Quarterback Josh Allen on his card. He is good for 5 yards. He does not get out of bounds. And I think Buffalo, they could call a timeout and stop it at 30 seconds left. They choose not to. They let the clock run. We're now down to 8 seconds left before halftime. Bills 3rd and 7 at their own 36. Might they be juking us and throwing deep here? They did, after all, bring out 3 wide receivers, and Allen is back after all, back in the pistol set. Patriots not taking any chances. 3-2-6 dime. And it's a look-in pass. Empty zone. This goes to Khalil Shakir. 0-man column, catch and run. That's 13 yards up to the 49. Do you want to call a timeout on that and set up your Hail Mary, or are you done for the half? Bills do indeed call a timeout. And so 1 second on the clock. Bills from their own 49. They've got one play here. 4 wide receivers split out. Full spread formation. Deep dime for the Patriots. Bills looking for that Hail Mary completion or an offensive penalty to extend the half. Look-in pass, empty zone. This is going again to Khalil Shakir. Josh Allen sets up a yak opportunity for him. He's got a couple long gains, but not with those guys. A penalty, however, and New England's was offsides. So that moved him up 5 yards, and the place kicker is coming on with 1 second. Tyler Bass from the 46-yard line. 63-yard field goal is good. What? Tyler Bass? Wait a second. Did he get the variable? He sure did. He kicked that field goal from the 46. Range goes to the 44 only. He got the +2 variable and drilled a 63-yard field goal, and the Bills go into halftime with a 10-point lead. Wow, we'll see if that ends up being critical to this game. That's interesting. So I'm going to take a short break, just long enough to go up, use the bathroom, and get me a drink. In the meantime, you can continue to watch what you're seeing here as what we call a silent cast. I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. Broadcast back in the booth. Ooh, Patriots got a touchdown already in the second half, and we have a 3-point game. That didn't take long. Heavens to Betsy, what did I miss? 58-yard TD strike. Drake May to Kayshon Boutte. And we got a ball game, 27-24 Bills. Bills from their 36, back to pass. Allen, he's got Dawson Knox for 10. Just like that, the Bills are out to the 46. Josh Allen, 17 of 22 for 212 and a couple tutties. There's a first down handoff and run, and James Cook is good for 5. 6 on the white die, beats a 5-rated defensive end, Daniel Ekuele. I know a lot of you wouldn't be brave enough to try pronouncing some of these things, but I don't care if I get it wrong. You do what you can. Short pass, caught, Matt Collins, and that's a first down. 5 on the white die again. Key there, defender, XR 15. Hollis goes for the 15. And the Bills at the 34-yard line of New England. And this game would be tied if not for that 63-yard field goal. Crazy. Here's a pass, but forced to scramble. And look, Josh Allen tried to run with it, but brought down. Sacked on the play by Devon Godchaw. Didn't really lose much yardage there. 2nd and 10. So that means Josh Allen's must runs so far have produced a snake eyes for plus 30, double sixes for a fumble -5, and an 11 for -1. A lot of extremes on those dice. .806 left third quarter. Buffalo's outgained them 329 to 268. No interceptions. Bills have lost 2 fumbles. Patriots have lost 1. All right, Patriots coach had to take a quick break. We're back. 2nd and 10 Bills. They're at the New England 34. Cook is your tailback. There's a look-in pass over the middle. This goes to James Cook, the tailback. Caught the defense looking run. Josh Allen sets up a receiver opportunity, and James Cook, with a good guard, is ahead for 12 yards and a new set of downs. Now down to the New England 22. Just like that, we're now halfway through the third quarter here, 7:30 to go. Fast-moving game, inside handoff. This goes to James Cook. And Cook, a good reading, beats a linebacker, and he's got a short gain. Oh, but they're going to bring it back. Offense called for a false start. Bills 1st and 15 now. Still in a blocking back set. All out blitz by the linebackers. Back to pass. Actually, the defense gets run. Looking deep. Empty zone to Dawson Knox. And that pass is going to be picked off. Interception by the Patriots. In the 0-man defensive column with all those long gains, The reading came up 7. Interception 2 or 3, and the dice return a 3. Patriots with the unlikely interception, and they turn it over in the end zone. First interception of this game. We had just made reference to that, and the Patriots now trailing by 3 have the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 20 after the touchback. So Coach Dennis Young, to quote Rounders, hanging around. Blocking back set. Gibson is your tailback. Drake May, here's a quick flat pass. This is going to tight end Austin Hooper. 2 men in zone and nothing doing. Good call for double Z, Zach Zalesny. And it's 2nd and 10. Zalesny, very impressive in recent years. Obviously a good carded team, but he's been to 1 or 2 Super Bowls. I'd have to look. Here's a deep pass. This is going to Kayshon Boutte, and he's got him again. Kayshon Boutte with the catch and run across midfield, inside the 30, inside the 20, and not tackled until the 15. A gain of 65. Long pass, Drake May hit the crosshairs. I mentioned earlier, with all that safety blitz action, you got to make him pay for that at some point, and he did just that. Boutte now 3 catches, 138 yards. And the Patriots are in business in the red zone. Blocking back set. Here's a flat pass. Hunter Henry, catch and run toward the goal line and not tackled until the 2. Patriots on the verge of taking the lead here. Inside handoff, Ramondre Stevenson, and he can't get it. Brought down behind the line of scrimmage by Daquan Jones. 2nd and goal at the 3. Full house set. Back to pass. Looking short. And that's to Austin Hooper, and picked off by the Bills. The Bills now pick it off in the end zone. And the Patriots are turned away. So both teams turn it over in the end zone on consecutive drives, and the Bills now will take over at their own 20. Still up 27-24. 4:48 to go, 3rd quarter. This is not the first time these 2 teams have put up crazy games. Bills will start in a base run set, blocking back with Cook at tailback. And here's a handoff inside to him. Cook, with the defense guessing pass, takes it to his wrong column and makes good on that one. Short gain and a full roll for 20 yards, but wipe it away on a penalty. Cook got the short gain and the 20-yard result, but dead ball foul. Back up the offense. Bills now 1st and 15. Still in a base run set for Buffalo. And it's pitch out. James Cook. Pass defense, so he's got it on his card wrong, and he's going to pick up 6. Gets back the penalty yardage. Plus a bonus yard. It's 2nd and 9. This has been a really, really fun USFFL season for me. 3 wide receivers split out. Allen's in the pistol. Back to pass. Looking short. Looking for Amari Cooper, and it's caught. First down yardage at the 31. Pickup of 10, fifth tackle on the game for Christian Gonzalez. Allen back to pass. Scans the field looking short. Going for his tight end, Dalton Kincaid. Too much pressure. We're dumping it off now. Tailback is Ray Davis, and we're heading his way to the zero-man column, and it's nothing doing. Incomplete. 6 on the white die. Gave him good odds, but he got a receiver result, and Davis couldn't find it. 2nd and 10. 3 wide receivers on the field now, and here's a flat pass. This is going to Khalil Shakir, and that pass is incomplete. Almost picked off. Personal foul, though, against the defense. So mark off 15 yards and give Josh Allen a new set of downs. Buffalo now from their 46. Back to pass, Allen. Looking deep. Going to Mac Hollis, and that is incomplete. Mac Hollins couldn't bring it in. It was defender Exor 32. And Kyle Duggar made the stop. 5 on the white die was enough for him. 2nd and 10. Here's an inside handoff. Ray Davis. Davis to his card, and he pops a short gain. Good running for the Bills. He's going to get a bad roll that time. Just 10 yards. But that's enough to move the sticks. Ray Davis looking good today, spelling out for James Cook. He's got 6 rushes for 44 yards. New set of downs here. Back to pass. Allen looking short, going to Khalil Shakir, and cannot get him. Allen misses it on his wrong column. 2nd and 10. Blocking back set. Patriots gets run. It's pass. Allen scans the field, looking short. Going to Dawson Knox. Receiver result, and Knox has the catch and a first down inside the 30 and brought down at the 28 by Christian Gonzalez, his 6th tackle. Knox now with 5 catches, 94 yards. And the Bills now at the 28-yard line, 1st and 10. Inside handoff. This goes to Ray Davis. Defense was looking pass, and they vacated the zone behind it. Doubled the flats. Snap fumble. Never got the handoff. It's on the ground. Let's see who gets it. And just like every fumble before it today, recovered by the defense. Picked up, and the Patriots are trying to run with it. They're going to get just a couple. Devon Godshaw found that loose football. Turnover, and the Patriots take over at their own 32. These two teams in the second half having a little trouble keeping a hold of that ball. Flat pass. This goes to Demario Douglas. A catch, and he's got 4 yards. Valen Spector on the tackle. 2nd and 6 for the Patriots. Bills still up by 3, 27-24. A win secures for them the AFC's top seed in the playoffs. Coach Dennis of the Pats has pointed out to us all that both teams have had a snap fumble on a 1 roll tonight. That's an automatic fumble no matter who's quarterbacking. Second and 6 Pats, blocking back, run set. Mar Hamlin creeping up close, showing blitz again from the safety spot. The key's on the running back. Flat pass. This goes to Gibson. And receiver opportunity for him and a catch and run. First down yardage for Antonio Gibson. And he is brought down at the 47-yard line. But not before an 11-yard pickup. Patriots now at their 47-yard line. Drake May, 17 of 25, 278, a couple of touchdowns, and one pick. Mar Hamlin showing close blitz again from the safety spot. Pitch out and run. Antonio Gibson, he's going to get just 3, and it's 2nd and 7. 4 on the white die is a result that the Patriots can sometimes make the block on, but not that time. Right at the 50-yard line, 2nd and 7. We've reached the fourth quarter now. Final 15 minutes in New England. Bills up 27-24. Steelers watching intently as well. A salute out to Coach Shibley. If the Bills lose tonight here, Steelers are the 1 seed. And there's an off-tackle run, and Gibson plows ahead for a first down, 7-yard pickup. Patriots now at the Buffalo 43. Already in field goal range, goes all the way back to the 46 for Joey Sly. Base run set with Gibson. DeMar Hamlin shows blitz. Defense looking pass, off tackle handoff. Gibson, he's ahead for 5 in his wrong column. 2nd down. Back to pass. Drake May looks short. Going to Kayshon Boutte, and another catch for him. 6'7" is what the dice says. That's defender Xer 15, and Boutte continues his big night. 4 catches, 153. Patriots, a new set of downs at the Buffalo 23-yard line. We have had some really good games with a lot on the line tonight. Drake May back to pass, looks short. Here comes the pressure, and brought down on a sack. Von Miller gets him, the aged one. Loss of 9 on the play. And it's 2nd and 19 at the Buffalo 32. Again, that field goal range goes back to the 36, but those odds aren't as good. He really wants to get down inside the 22 if he can. Here's a look-in pass. Linebacker stays home, and that pass is going to be incomplete. Patriots 3rd and 19 at the 32. That's right on the field goal threshold. At the 32, it's 2-8. At the 33, it's 2-7, 11 and 12. So, slight difference. 3 wide receivers split out. 2 running backs. It's Ramondre Stevenson as the tailback. Stevenson's got B-rated yak. 3-2-6 deep dime from the Bills. Hamlin shows blitz from the safety position per his norm. May out of the shotgun. There's a flat pass to Mario Douglas. Empty zone there. Catch and run. Douglas, good yardage up near the first down, a little short. Got 16, needed 19. 4th and 3 at the 16. Joey Sly is on for a 33-yard field goal attempt. 2 through 9 and 12. It is up and good. There is a penalty, however, and it is against New England. So back them up 5 yards. It's 4th and 8 at the 21. 2 through 9 and 12 with a little variable risk at 2 through 8. And he shanks that one. The variable did cost him. He would have missed it on a 9 roll anyway. He rolled a 10 on a 2 through 8. So bad break for the Patriots. Field goal comes off the board that would have tied it. And the Bills take over at their 28. Josh Allen back to pass. Looks short. Dalton Kincaid, catch and run. 15-yard pickup. Out to the 43-yard line. 3rd catch of the game for Kincaid. Beat the defender on that one. Allen, a quick flat pass left side. Keon Coleman is no good, incomplete. Bad pass. Josh Allen couldn't find it in his right column at 2nd and 10. 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs. And it's an inside handoff, James Cook. Defense called run. On his right column, nothing doing. There is a penalty, however. Wipe away that. It's another 5-yard penalty against the offense. So 2nd and 15 for the Bills. They're at their 38. 3 wide receivers split out. Allen in a pistol. Pats in a nickel. Back to pass, looking deep. Going to Amari Cooper. He is doubled. Let's see if he gets the pass off. Here comes the pressure. He can't quite go deep. He's going to dump it off. We're in the flat now to Dawson Knox. 0-man column, catch and run. He's got 7. Obviously, that could have been much worse in that 0-man column. That makes a much more manageable 3rd down. It's 3rd and 8. Under 10 minutes to go in this one. 9:54 and counting. 3rd and 8. Buffalo has 3 wide receivers out there. Allen in the pistol. Deep 3-2-6 dime. So they'll give the run on 3rd and 8. Don't be surprised if we see Double Z dial up an end run to Josh Allen. Instead, we've got a screen pass. He's going to his tailback, James Cook. Linebacker stayed home for New England. Allen on his card. Catch and run. Not quite enough. Brought down 1 yard short. 8th catch for James Cook. It's 4th and 1 at the New England 48. Buffalo wastes no time. Double Z going for it. Full house set. Pats in a 3-4. Big down coming up here. Pats are rated poor against the run, poor against the pass. They need it. Here's a sneak to Josh Allen. The key is on Allen. Allen on his card. Going nowhere. Great call by the defense. And a turnover on downs. Pats trail by 3. They take over at their own 49. 9:18 left to go. Blocking back set. Back to pass May. Looking deep. Going to Booty again. And no good. Incomplete. Drake May in his right column. Only completions are snake eyes and double sixes going long. Nevertheless, 19 of 29, 309 on the day. And a couple of scores. And some deep action, too. Here's a flat pass. This is going to Gibson. Empty zone. And that's going to be caught and run. Gibson inside the 40, inside the 30, and all the way down to the 21-yard line. Gain of 30 on the play. 0-man column. 666s and an injury to the Buffalo defense. Taylor Rapp. More on that shortly. Patriots now from the Buffalo 21. Taylor Rapp, strong safety 4, a 6 against the run. May, back to pass on a new set of downs. Looking short, forced to dump it off. We're in the flat now to Hunter Henry. Henry hits the 0-man column, gets a receiver result, but cannot convert. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. Still at the Buffalo 21 from right here. That field goal is a 2 through 9 and 12 with a little variable risk. Safety to Mar Hamlin up close, showing blitz. Base run set. Here's a pitch out. Gibson going around the edge. Tailback gets his wrong column and picks up a short gain. Marches toward the goal line. Good yardage inside the 5 and finally tackled at the 2-yard line. Gibson pops off a 19-yard short gain, and it is 1st and goal Patriots at the 2. Full house set. Clock shows 7:48 to go in this game. 4-3 blitz by the Bills. Back to pass. Defense called run. Short. Booty and no good. Incomplete. Kayshon Booty went to the defensive card. Defender XR15 couldn't get it. 2nd and goal at the 2. Full house again. Exactly halfway through the 4th quarter. Back to pass. Looking short. Double-teamed receiver. And it is going to be a dead ball foul. Good call by Coach Zach Zalesny. He doubled up Austin Hooper successfully. But offsetting penalties, a 5-yard penalty on the offense. Wiped it away. 2nd and goal at the 7. Blocking back set. Ramondre Steven is the tailback. Here's an inside handoff to him to the defensive card. He goes and nothing doing. Penalty on the play. And it is a face mask against Buffalo. Mark off 4 yards. And more importantly, first and goal again for the Patriots at the 3 this time. Right back to the full house set. Patriots down by 3, looking to take their first lead of this game. Here's the sneak, Drake May, and he's ahead for 1. And it's second and goal at the 2. Now inside of 7 minutes left, 6:36 and counting. Full house set again, Patriots. Right back to the line, butt coach. Back to pass, looking short, going for his tight end Hooper, and he's got it. Touchdown, Patriots. Why listen to the commissioner? You know what you're doing. Patriots out in front by 3. Third touchdown pass, Drake May. Extra point, Joey Sly. It's up, and it's good. And with 6:18 to go, Patriots have their first lead, 31-27. And Coach Shibley at all of Steeler Mania starting to get excited about maybe sneaking out this 1 seed despite slumping down the stretch. Then again, all of us chasing that 1 seed kind of slumped down the stretch. 6:18 to go. Bills begin at their own 30. Down 4. Bills have been shut out in the second half. Patriots have outscored them 14-0 here in the second half. Bills began blocking back set with Ray Davis. Back to pass. There's a look-in pass. Empty zone. Ray Davis, and no good, incomplete. And that one was on Josh Allen. In his wrong column, found one of only 2 incompletions. 2nd and 10. Three wide receivers now on the field. 2 running backs. It's still Ray Davis. Pat showing nickel. Inside handoff. Ray Davis again. And Ray Davis on his card. He's got a short gain again. Ray Davis is a little hot. He's ahead for a first down on a pickup of 11. First and 10 Bills now from their 41. 5:24 to go. Flat pass. 2 men in zone. Good call for the defensive coach. It's catch and a run for 7 yards. Triple threes, and Khalil Shakir goes down to injury. 2nd and 3 Buffalo. Taylor Rapp earlier out, we mentioned. He'll be available next week in the playoffs, and Khalil Shakir, just injured, will be available in overtime if necessary. Flat pass, doubled up again, and incomplete. No, picked off, 2 men in zone, and the Patriots have picked off a flat pass. It was intended for Ray Davis. Here comes the return, and it's going to be not much there, 3-yard return, but Josh Allen has his 2nd interception. Picked off Keon White in the flat, had a couple of chances at a touchdown return. Did not get it, but the Pats now with the ball and the lead at the Buffalo 46 with 4:48 to go. Drake May back to pass. Looks deep. Going to Kayshon Boutte. He's got a receiver reading. Boutte brings it down. Kayshon Boutte with a 28-yard reception. One of only 3 possible on his right column. He got it anyway. 181 yards receiving to him today. Drake May dialing up the deep ball on Buffalo. Now in the red zone. Flat pass. This goes to Antonio Gibson. He's got the catch, and he's ahead for 4. Pat's down to the 14. Clock keeps winding. 3:36 and counting. Bills and Zach Zalesny need to hold them to a field goal attempt here. Keep it within 1 score. Now in a base run set, the Pats. Damar Hamlin showing blitz from the safety. Pitch out Gibson. They keyed him, and he gets 3 yards nonetheless. Went around the end, got it on his right column, and found that 3 yards. 3rd and 3 at the 11 for New England. Critical down here. Two tight end set. Hooper and Henry are the bookends. Gibson is your tailback. Bills in a 4-3 blitz. Bills look pass, pitch out. Gibson to the defensive card. He goes around the edge. He's got the corner. Touchdown, Patriots. Plus 15 on the defensive card. 2 through 7, 11 and 12. Coach Young nails it. And Gibson with his second touchdown run of the game. Joey Sly nails the extra point. And the Pats have outscored Buffalo in the second half 20-0. And they lead by 10, 37-27. 2:42 remaining. And I think we may need a new game number. No, the game finally, I thought we froze at the extra point there. We did not. $23-yard kick return out to the 31. Buffalo begins there with 2:24 on the clock. They trail by 11, 38-27. Wait a second. What just happened on that? Am I missing something? No, Gibson had an 11-yard run. Yeah, they were up 4. That's right. I've got it. Okay. So the drive begins at the 31 for Buffalo. Back to pass. Allen, short, caught. Samuel. He got 10 yards. That'd be a first down in itself, but the Patriots, a personal foul. That's what the Bills needed. Stops the clock at 2:06 left in this game. Bills at the Patriots 44. Look in pass. Empty zone. This is going to James Cook. And that is going to be incomplete as Josh Allen continues to struggle on his wrong column. He rolled his interception split roll there. It's been a rough second half for Josh Allen, I think, in some ways. And it's 2nd and 10 Buffalo. We reach the 2-minute warning. New England with a strong second half, looking to wipe away the number 1 seed for Buffalo and hand it to Pittsburgh. They're up by 11. Back to pass. Allen looks deep, going to Amari Cooper. Receiver result, and Cooper cannot bring it down. 3rd down and 10. Buffalo still has 3 timeouts, so this game is far from over. Deep dime here on 3rd and 10 from the Patriots. It's a look-in pass. This is going to James Cook. 6 on the white die. Gets us to the 0-man column. It is incomplete nonetheless. And that should have been 4th down and maybe a punt. It wouldn't have been a punt, but it is a personal foul. 2nd time on this big drive for the New England defense. New set of down for the Bills at the 29. Allen back to pass. Looks short. And we've got a dead ball foul. Back up the offense. So Bills now 1st and 15 at the 34. 3-2-6 deep dime here on 1st and 15. Back to pass. Looking short. Allen throws to his tailback, and Cook can't bring it in. There is a penalty. And that one's against the offense. Folks, it is now 1st and 25 Buffalo at the New England 44. 3 wide receivers split out. 1:37 showing on the clock. Deep dime from the Patriots. Here's a flat pass. Linebacker stayed home. This one's going to Keon Coleman. 6 on the white die. Catch and run. Out of bounds. That's a 16-yard gain and a personal foul on New England. Add 15 more. Flags are flying, as Dennis just said. Now in the red zone. Bills 1st and 10 at the 14 of New England. 1:30 to go. Did I tell you these games get crazy between these two teams? Allen back to pass again. Scans the field, looking short. He's looking at his tailback again, James Cook. We got a dump off. Flat pass is going out to Dawson Knox. Knox with a catch and run, and he's got a gain of 7. Does not get out of bounds. 2nd and 3 at the 7, and Buffalo takes their first time out. That stops the clock at 1:22. I don't know. It's tough. That timeout kind of forces you into an onside kick after you score here. But I get it. 2nd and 3 at the 7. Blocking back set. James Cook, the tailback. Allen back to pass. Allen looking short. Going to his tailback. And no good. Incomplete. Allen found the only incompletion on the three-man column for the Pats. And it's 3rd and 3 at the 7. Pats up by 11. Big 3rd down coming up. 3rd and 3 at the Pats 7. Defense looks past. It's a pitch out. James Cook wants it on his card. Goes to the defensive card. Gets a good roll. And James Cook into the end zone. 7-yard touchdown on a split roll. James Cook just 6 rushes in this game for 27 yards. That's surprising. But the touchdown makes it 38-33. They're going to go for 2 and try to make it a 3-point game. Exactly 60 seconds left in this one. Full house set. 3-4 blitz by the Patriots. Defense guesses run. It is. Inside run, James Cook. He needs 2. To the defensive card, and he's got it. 2-pointer converted. And it's a 3-point game, 38-35. Here comes the onside kick from Buffalo. They cannot get it. 45-second shows. They have only 2 timeouts. And the Pats can now take a knee. And that's why I was wondering earlier when he took that 1 timeout. I think I would have, spiked it, or I would have hurried up and let a little more clock go and save the 3 timeouts, so I could have been right here with 3 timeouts getting 1 chance to stop. Here's an off-tackle handoff to Gibson, and there is a penalty, and they'll back the offense up 5 yards. Inside handoff, and Gibson can't get anything. Buffalo calls their 2nd timeout. 2nd and 15. But again, 45 seconds left on the clock. Buffalo can only stop it once more. Only a snap fumble can save them now, and the Pats are all the way out to the 47. But again, the Buffalo Bills have a very long kicker, as we saw just before half. Pitch out, Gibson, and he's good for 6 across midfield to the Buffalo 47, and the Bills take their final timeout. 37 seconds left, no timeouts. Drake May should just take a knee and walk out of here. And a 5-yard run. And that should run out the clock. Nobody can stop it. And this game is over. Patriots come back in the second half. They trailed by 10 at halftime, and they come back and win this game. Final score, 38-35. Pats beat the Bills. That cost the Bills a number 1 seed. The 1 seed now goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers in the upcoming AFC playoffs. Congratulations to a very, very game Patriots squad who pull off the season sweep of the Buffalo Bills. Patriots are a team carded for just 4 wins. They end up getting 9 wins, including 2 against Buffalo. Buffalo does indeed take the division and will be in the playoffs. The Patriots will, of course, make it to the Coach of the Year tournament. Looking at the final tally on yards, and then we'll check in on our coaches. Wow. Almost 1,000 yards of offense. New England, 506 yards against Buffalo. Buffalo, 469 against New England. Both quarterbacks over 330 yards passing. Drake May, 373. Great AFC East game. Congratulations to both teams on a solid effort. Let's get out and see if our coaches are there. We do indeed welcome Dennis to the broadcast. D. Young, how are we doing tonight, buddy? Get my hat on.
We're doing just fine. We're doing just fine. We have 500 yards of offense against his backup. So let's make sure we put that in there too.
Against what? His
His
backups? Was he
backups.
playing backups in this game?
I think he was. I don't
I
think they had
don't.
that.
I mean, I saw he had a bunch of zero linebackers out there. I'll check his cards, but I mean, he was
Yeah.
playing for the number 1 seed. Be
Oh,
kind of
he
silly. I mean,
was.
yeah, if he won this game, Bills were the number 1 seed. By
Oh
losing
wow.
it, the Steelers just earned the number 1 seed.
Oh
So I don't think
wow.
he was benching him.
Oh
Yeah,
okay.
his linebackers are all zeros against the
Oh
pass
wow.
as starters. They're good against the run.
Oh
But you
wow.
can pick them apart defensively. You were facing his starters.
Okay. I
That's
was
his
down.
weakness.
I was down 21-3. I'm like, this just isn't going. I mean, I beat him 2 weeks ago. There's no way I'm going to win again with.
Yeah, I didn't think I thought it was over. I was already ready to get into the second half. You're down by 28. I go ahead and just announce I'm doing a silent cast, keep it running, and I'll be back to interview the coaches at the end.
Oh
And next thing I
wow.
know, Dennis just gets busy and does what Dennis does. Congratulations. Big win,
Thank
buddy.
you. So I gave Pittsburgh the 1 seed, huh?
Yes, Peter Shibley, you should be expecting his thank you card in the mail. I had planned to
Dang.
ask you to win tonight, but then when I lost last night to Denver, it just didn't matter anymore. So to me, as
Sure.
far as my Chiefs, obviously it
Sure.
mattered to Pittsburgh and Buffalo. But
Wow. And then if you're watching, I didn't even know you guys were on because I thought you said earlier you would be on if Pittsburgh won.
they
Oh,
did win.
Pittsburgh did win. That's okay. That okay. I guess I got it all confused. I was thinking the
It was
opposite.
very close.
Okay.
1 point game came right down
Okay.
to the end. But when
Okay.
Pittsburgh walked away victorious, I came across and said it's time to
Wow.
see what's going on in the AFC East. So
Oh, that's
Pittsburgh wins
awesome.
by 1 point, saves their division. I don't know if you remember this. I told it on the broadcast 4 weeks ago. Pittsburgh was in position where the only way they lose that division is 4 straight losses and
Oh,
4 straight
jeez.
Cincinnati wins. And that
Wow.
almost happened by 1 point. It almost happened.
Wow. That's wild. Wow. That's why. And if you were watching this game, I mean, besides the fact I was down 21-3, I get a chance to tie it, and then I throw that pick. Was that a pick or a snap? I threw a pick down there. I had the missed field goal on the
You
penalty.
both threw interceptions in the end zone
Oh
on
yes, we
back-to-back
did.
possessions. You saved your possession defensively by picking him off in the end zone, only to drive the length of the field and do the same thing for him.
Yeah. Wow. Well, good. I'm glad the game made a difference. I thought I was just playing out the season, so I'm glad it actually
You
had an
weren't playing
impact.
out anything. Trust me, Peter Shibley is grateful for your efforts. At least I
Wow.
assume he is. I would love to take the first week of the playoffs off, but only one
Yes.
team gets it. So
Yeah, that's a huge
congratulations
thing.
to Shibley, because even though you got that done today, Coach Shibley earns it. So he's got that bye.
For sure. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So we'll be seeing you next week in the Coach of the Year tournament. So obviously, I'd like
Sounds
to
good.
wish you the best of luck in that one as well, Dennis.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank
Yep,
you for what you're doing
betcha.
to the league. It's been a trying season, but with this New England team, with that if you look at that pass defense and that run defense,
Oh, we
it
did.
is insane how bad it is.
We showed that it was poor for both of those, and you just I sometimes think it's easier to overcome defensive deficiencies that are carded than offensive
Okay.
deficiencies that are carded. And I think you've done a real good job of overcoming your defensive deficiencies this year,
Well,
obviously.
thank you. Yeah, I pulled out. I think I finished above 500, so that's a big win there too. Finishing 9-8. Yeah, we
Kinda
did.
like
Cool.
that.
Cool. Ready for the Coach of the Year tourney.
Looks like we were all right when we laughed at you many, many weeks ago, and you said, I'll probably just win 5 games. And about 3 coaches like, yeah, I'll believe that when I see it. So good effort. We'll look forward to seeing you in what should be a packed COY tournament next
Yeah,
week.
I think last year we only had 2 teams. I think it was me and Carolina last year.
Yeah.
And they beat me.
Yeah.
So
it's
this
a
year,
much better field this year.
For sure. For sure. All right, man. Good luck in the playoffs.
Yeah, you too, buddy.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. Well, guys, we had a solid night of action here in the USFFL. Real quick before I let you all go, I want to go back and look at one thing because I just wanted to get back to it and couldn't. Holy mackerel, 52-49. What a game between Panthers and Falcons. I mean, Falcons are not in the postseason. Panthers, a good season based on their cards. They'll be in the Coach of the Year tournament. They put up over 100 points between these two teams tonight. Wow, that's crazy. Let's see if Peter's summary notes that he is the 1 seed. I don't see that he's noted that in his write-up. He may or may not be aware of that yet, but congratulations to Peter Shibley. Congratulations to all of our playoff teams. We've got those broadcasts coming up for you next week, of course. We are going to look at broadcasting tomorrow night, maybe see how my voice is, see how my workload is, see if Anthony's available. We'll see, but I would like to get that Houston Texans and Tennessee Titans game picked up because the division title, I think, is on the line with that one. And I'll look at the remainder of the schedule. So we might be on air for a broadcast tomorrow night. Either way, you'll definitely see us next week. I hope you all enjoyed the broadcast tonight. Harlan, wherever you are, I hope you enjoyed it as well. We're going to sign off for now, and we'll continue covering the USFFL as we wind into our postseason.